perfectly. If you want to win this tournament, the team has to win. The team has to win, because this is not one individual that will win it. That I have by experience. All the trophies I won was not me. Maybe 90%. But,
we were waiting for that.
But the team won. So this is good signal and just positive for the team. And you see, he changing for Ramos, and the guy who came in, he scored a goal.
Yeah.
So the question now is the next game.
That's it. The next game against Spain. Just real quick on Croatia. They thought they'd equalised right at the end, but ruled out for offside. They would have been heartbroken, Thierry.
Let me bypass that. Sorry, I don't want to be rude.
No, you're fine.
One thing that's very important for me is, if I was in that situation of the situation of the team of Croatia, the penalty that maybe, you can argue. The goal, did he touch it or he didn't touch it? The way they were after it, they lost gracefully. You could see that they were crying. They didn't go and charge the ref. Even in VAR, they were trying. They went to see Ronaldo. They clapped everybody. That Croatian team is not normal. First and foremost, they pushed Portugal the whole way. But the way they reacted after that, I'll be honest with you, I would have lost my marble. I would have gone ballistic. Whether if I was right or wrong is the competitor in you at that particular moment goes like, you need to find something you go to the ref, you go to someone, you just get upset, you can't understand. They stayed calm, they battled until the end.
Yeah, they were proud.
I've mad respect. There's one thing that I want to add also, the gesture of the Portuguese team and Portugal, obviously, for Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
That's very important. When Ronaldo put the shirt and they all went there honoring him. As we all know, they're playing with an extra man, and maybe he was there, not maybe, for sure he was there making them go through. So that was also nice. Those are my three things of the day. Ronaldo not losing his mind for being substituted, Croatia losing gracefully, and Diogo Jota there.
And the anniversary is today of the passing away of Diogo Jota a year ago today, Zlatan. How much can they channel that, do you think, and take him with them?
I think the spirit is there. It's an extra force they have, and an extra reason why they play the game. So I think that will make them stronger. And also by honoring him yesterday was bigger than football, because it's a nice thing to do, honoring in such a tragical situation that happened. And he will be there with them as a 12th guy, and they have an extra reason to play the World Cup. And this just makes them stronger.
Let's not forget his brother also was in the cup.
Absolutely. No, of course. Yes. Well said, both of you. Okay, gentlemen, thank you for now. Holders Argentina hope to join Portugal in the last 16. Today, Argentina face debutants Cape Verde in Miami, which means Lionel Messi finds himself in familiar surroundings.
Two steps ahead.
That is ready to fight for
Impossible to stop.
Impossible? What's impossible to those never imagined?
Cape Verde are going through...
Cabo Verde with a result of a lifetime.
You have to dream big.
Yes, they own the upper echelon. But glory seeps through the cracks.
Oh, surely!
It's a sensational goal. What a goal that is!
Wow. A test intended to elevate. A Goliath sent for David to slay.
When a genius steps in, what can you do about it?
Those who challenge greatness
Against the popcorn.
have greatness drawn out of them.
Big games, big occasions, call for big players.
Without the weight of expectations. Take flight. Raise your hands and witness.
Well, Cape Verde already made history this summer by surviving the group stage. Now, this tiny nation with a population of around 500,000 will seek to dethrone the champions. And there's that keeper, that famous keeper. But Lionel Messi has other ideas, of course. The 39-year-old scored 6 of Argentina's 8 goals in the group stage, and he is looking to add to his total in the city where he plays his club football. Argentina, as you might expect, with plenty of support in Miami. Their fans always amongst the most passionate at any World Cup. And we're going to head to Miami for a preview of this one when we come back.
Did you hear?
I'm listening.
Foundeo Orforglipron is now approved.
Really?
Yes, really. Foundeo is now approved. Talk to your doctor about a new once-daily pill from Lilly. No insurance? Foundeo is available through Lilly Direct for $149 a month. Visit LillyDirect.com for full terms and conditions. Click the banner to see indication and safety summary with warnings, or visit foundeo.lilly.com/risk.
Playing mobile games and not getting rewarded for it is a thing of the past. Why haven't you switched yet? If you're going to spend the time playing, you should be earning rewards doing it. With Misplay, you play what you love and earn points for gift cards and more. Plus, you can enter the Misplay sweepstakes for your chance to win tens of thousands of dollars in cash, bundles, and gift cards every week. So yeah, keep playing games. Just maybe get rewarded for it. Download Misplay today and enter for your chance to win.
My son was playing with his new Learning Resources toy today, and I couldn't help but smile. He was completely absorbed, building, counting, matching colors, and solving little problems as he went. For him, it was just fun. For me, those learning moments all add up to everything that comes next. You can find Learning Resources, toys, and hands-on learning activities on Amazon.
Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
not yet. But both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
It's 3 p.m. Thirst kicking in. Mood drained. You need something to bring yourself back. Hear that? The reset's already starting. Take a sip. A refreshing reset with real brewed iced tea. Time for a tea break. Time for a Pure Leaf.
With VerboCare, help is always ready, before, during, and after your stay. We've planned for the plot twists, so support is always available. Because a great trip starts with peace of mind.
As a small business, you can't afford downtime. Thankfully, with AT&T Business Internet, downtime is a thing of the past. We used to put a baby monitor next to the router. If the router started blinking or beeping, someone would have to sprint to reset it. Now we've got AT&T Business Internet, a reliable connection, so orders keep coming in. The monitor's still on, really loving that white noise. Although HR said no to hiring an office baby.
AT&T Business Internet. Connecting changes everything.
Soon you'll see, dear me.
It's Saturday. Recovery day. So cool off and get ready for a change-up. Because tonight, it's high heat. Baseball on 4th of July weekend. Cards, Cubs, and prime time. If it's Saturday night, it's baseball night in America. Saturday on Fox.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
Messi's magical moment.
Lionel Messi reminding the world why he is the best.
It's Messi! The little magic man gets the win!
He is the best of all time.
Lionel Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer. You cannot stop greatness. The biggest star has just made World Cup history. The Magic Man! Welcome to steamy Miami. Lionel Messi, the lead story. As always, whenever Argentina, the defending champs, are playing, 19 career World Cup goals now, most ever. He has scored a goal in every stage of a World Cup except for the round of 32. Can that change later today? Glad you're here with us from Miami. Rob Stone, former Nigeria captain Mikel Johanobi, Denmark legend Peter Schmeichel. Mikel has already sweated through his shirt, by the way. Yeah. The co-hosts, U.S., Canada, Mexico, they have all benefited from home field advantage. So too is Argentina this summer. Waves of Messi jerseys everywhere we go, everywhere Argentina goes. He's trying to score in a record 8 straight World Cup game today. Mikel, his master plan has worked to perfection.
It has, Rob. I mean, this guy has scripted everything throughout his career, playing with Barcelona, winning all the trophies at his younger ages. And now he's turned 35. He's like, you know what? I'm done with club football now, and I need to elevate my game. He's just getting better with the national team. At the age of 35, he's scoring more goals than he's done even when he's a younger age. It's just incredible the amount of goals this guy is scoring and the way he's playing. Messi, 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 Messi.
Mikel, you're such a brave man, by the way. I move like that, I'll sweat as you do. I mean, Messi is incredible. I mean, I think he contemplated retiring from international football for a very short period of time. He hasn't got that privilege. As long as he plays football, he has a responsibility to these people here. Can you imagine him playing club football and not playing for Argentina, what that would be like,
Oh, yeah.
So he has got to play on, and my God, how good is he, by the way?
I mean, what are these guys going to do when he retires, when he finally retires? Incredible. I mean, what he's done over the years, breaking records. He's scored 7 consecutive World Cup games. Unbelievable. 19 goals, 6 goals already through the group stages. I mean, it's unbelievable what he does.
But today, he's up against Vizinha. He's up against the goalkeeper who went from 50,000 followers on Instagram to today it's 17.6.
All right, so we're talking about the Blue Sharks, Cape Verde. Should they get the win later today, it would be the largest World Cup knockout stage ever since FIFA began their world rankings. How do the Blue Sharks start circling Argentina and take them down?
They can't do it. I mean, they can't do it. They have done really, really well. But they're up against the world champions, and they play incredible football. What's great about this Argentina team is you can talk about this is designed for Messi, and he will do that. They scored 8 goals, he scored 6 of them. But this is a football team. They stick together, they defend well, they defend together, they attack well, they attack together. And yes, they've got that little fella up front with number 10. Honestly, I don't think that Cabo Verde can do anything today.
How do they get the upset?
Yeah, they just have to make sure they keep themselves in the game. Try to get through the first 10, 15 minutes. As the longer they stay in the game, a miracle might happen. But, I mean, you can never tell. But, I mean, when you have a player like Lionel Messi, it's impossible.
Some would say that miracle has happened twice already.
Yes.
Tie with Spain, tie with Uruguay. What can they do against Argentina and this home field advantage here in Miami?
Rob, thank you. Now for the golden ticket, sponsored by Verizon. Verizon gave one lucky mobile customer, Claudia Di Leonardo, a golden ticket to the FIFA World Cup. Lucky her. Argentina fans got their hands on plenty of tickets for today's match. They're making their presence felt outside Miami Stadium, which also means grilling an Argentine specialty.
We want to give it a good salt. Don't be afraid to put salt.
Asado is a very traditional Argentine barbecue. We like to let the meat do all the talking, so it's just salt and good meat.
I learned to do this with my family in Argentina.
We actually started in Buenos Aires in 1962. My grandfather opened up his first butcher shop when he was just 18 years old. My used to come home late from the restaurants. He always just smelled like smoky wood.
The wood from the northern part of Argentina.
Asado is a barbecue in essence, but I think culturally an asado is much bigger than that. Asado is about community. You start early in the day, you get the meat cooking.
This is gonna take about 2-3 hours.
So we would start like just kicking the ball around.
Everybody knows in Argentina football is a passion. We grew up playing football. It runs in the blood.
Argentina! A moment that cements his legacy.
The sense of relief to finally win, it was probably one of the most amazing experiences of my life.
Inter Miami number 10, Lionel Andres Messi.
So for Messi to come here to play in the U.S. not only highlighted soccer here in the United States, but highlighted Argentina here in the United States.
He brought that Argentina feeling into Miami. It became something bigger than we ever expected.
Now more than ever, people are really interested in our culture.
Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer.
We'd like to say we're the best in the world, and we have one of the best players in the world, and we're ready to show up. We did it 4 years ago. I'm ready for us to do it again.
That would be incredible, incredible. You know, to celebrate that again. The celebration after each game is with an asado, that's for sure.
Well, that was part of our United States of America series, a live look at the asado being prepared outside Miami Stadium. But Cape Verde's tasty cuisine of their own made for a fun comparison today for Chef Nick.
Whose food is better, Argentina or Cape Verde? Empanadas? Grilled lobster? Grilled lobster or asado? That is crazy good. Asado or fried pork belly? Asado or grilled fish? I don't know. Asado or corn and bean stew? Wow. I don't know. Who wins? Comment below.
We need some asado in the studio. Chef Nick's content is part of Fox Sports' wall-to-wall coverage of this World Cup. From After Hours with James Corden to Alexi's podcast to Jameis Winston's reports on the road, we have got you covered. So Cape Verde, the Cinderella story of the tournament after avoiding defeat against past champions Spain and Uruguay. Coming up, we will hear how they plan to pull off the ultimate upset today. Cape Verde fans relishing the chance to watch their team perform on the game's biggest stage. They are the first debutants to reach the knockout round since Slovakia in 2010. Today will be their second match in Miami, which was the site of their 2-2 draw with Uruguay. Argentina playing here for the first time. All the team news for this one is next.
Hey, my daughter got Camper of the Week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal too. Right, Mom?
Okay. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe over there? We only paid.
Listen, Pat.
Nice. Enjoy your new car.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
I really don't know too much. No one can match our energy. Football.
Football. Look at this. You got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. You wait 250 years, then throw a party so big with the best baseball players on earth. Oh, baby! This is how America celebrates a birthday. A night of American celebration, July 14th on Fox.
Welcome to the game show Nobody Wants to Win. Spell guarantee. G-A. Oh, it's G-U. What did the itsy bitsy spider climb up? Whoa!
This is harder than I thought.
Play. Every kid should have a chance to play. Play because it's fun. Play because it's healthy. Play because they deserve it. Play on the field, on the court, on 2 feet, on 1 foot, on the ground, in the cage. Play because they learn. Play because they grow. Play because it builds character. Play because they need it. Play because they need each other. Play because it changes lives. Play because it matters.
Monday on Fox.
They are starting to believe.
America's World Cup dream rolls on. It's in for the United States! As the Stars and Stripes advance to the round of 16. Now, with a place in the quarterfinals at stake, Pulisic and the U.S. face a huge knockout game against Belgium. It's a goal! Incredible! Monday at 8 p.m.
p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Are you guys ready to play?
July 13th.
Let's get it on!
First, the 1% Club.
What is the missing vowel?
I wrote eggs.
You know what a vowel is.
Right.
Then the Quiz with Balls.
Which of these are poems? Is one of you going to fall? Release the ball.
The 1% Club and the Quiz with Balls return after the World Cup on Fox.
Welcome back, guys. Let's go. Wednesday, July 15th, the top 16 return to fight for the title. This is where the global gauntlet really gets thrown down. Yeah. It looks like a brownie from a bake sale. MasterChef Global Gauntlet returns after the World Cup on Fox.
As cool as anything you would ever want to see. Now we know why they call this man the king. Yes, Pelé. Yes, there it is. Pelé! It's the touch of a master.
And Maradona. There he goes. Maradona. He's done it once again.
Zidane qui attend. Il a trouvé qui va.
Lightning has struck twice.
Messi's hitting. Oh! That's what they came for. Messi! The Magic Man! Lionel Messi scores the goal to make him the World Cup's all-time leading scorer.
Emi Martinez, the only Argentine to play every minute in the group stage. The 33-year-old is in goal again today as Argentina seek a round of 16 berth at the expense of Cape Verde. It is time for our Fox starting lineup, sponsored by American Express. So Martinez, we just saw him. He will protect that back line then for Argentina. That includes Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez there in the centre half positions. Moving
don't play these matches on paper. We play them on the field. Will it be another shocking result, something we've come to get used to here at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, or will the defending champs begin their journey in a quest to go back-to-back? Welcome into the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio. My name's Anderson Hurst. I'm joined by former Sounders captain and current Sounders play-by-play voice Danny Jackson, as well as three-time national champion head coach Peter Fewing, as we take you all the way to kickoff in Miami between Argentina and Cape Verde. But before we preview this match, let's quickly run through the recent results, starting with Spain cruising past Austria 3-0. Danny Jackson, Spain gets back on the horse a little bit here.
They do. They're certainly one of the favourites, as we know. Yazabal is the player that's stepping up for them. 4 goals in the tournament so far. 2 goals against Saudi Arabia. 2 goals against Austria. The question mark for Spain was, do they have a number 9 that can match the likes of Fernando Torres and Morientes and the like? And right now he's stepping up. He's scoring goals at the domestically and the like. And right now he's stepping up. He's scoring goals at the domestically in Spain. He's obviously bringing that now to the national team level, as he has done consistently. He was injured in the last World Cup. So that now is the time for him to step up, and the team needs him to step up because they can pass it around. They can look very, very sharp in and around the 18-yard box. They need someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net, and right now it's him.
Spain's confident now. They started sluggish, as some of these great teams do, but with no worry, and now a 3-0 shutout and 3 goals. They're in a great spot. That'll be a fun matchup with Portugal. 2 teams that both have high ambition. I bet they would not like to be facing each other this early.
Yeah, and it sets up, like you just mentioned, an Iberian round of 16 matchup. And let's talk about what might have been the match of the tournament so far. Portugal barely squeaking by Croatia in somewhat controversial fashion, Danny Jackson.
It was the Modric-Ronaldo story, right? 2 players that played 225 games or so, multiple Champions League winners at Real Madrid together. Both, was it going to be their final game in the World Cup? For one, it was. In this case, it was Modric. It was the hair of a player for Croatia that flicked the ball on, supposedly. It's fascinating understanding now there's a chip in the ball, and that chip in the ball detected that merest of touches that you obviously couldn't see by the naked eye. That was then a factual, evidence-based decision from the referee. But how cruel, literally the last kick of the game to tie it up, to put it to penalties. They didn't get it. Portugal get that 2-1 win.
Cruel is the exact right word. And if you don't have that chip in the ball, I mean, history's different right?
Yep.
It could be completely different, and then you're right, go to PKs, and so tough for Modric. Watching the two of them warm up before the game, you're looking at two icons who've carried their countries, their teams, and to see one of them leave this early that was difficult. But again, that's the drama of this World Cup, right? So, I mean, the game we're going to see in a little bit is another example of how spectacular the World Cup is because of all the different stories within the teams.
Yeah, so that sets up this round of 32 match between Argentina and Cape Verde. Let's take a quick look at our knockout stage bracket. It's brought to you by the Home Depot. Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 setup. Build it like Beckham from living room to lawn with the Home Depot and take the fast, free delivery assist. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter, subject to availability. Well, as we mentioned, this is the last day of round of 32 action here. Argentina taking on Cape Verde. They are going to, the winner of this game would play the eventual winner from the game that just finished, Egypt beating out Australia in penalty kicks. So it's Egypt that ends up waiting whoever wins this game, Danny Jackson. It seems like, if you, like, again, I'm going to say that if you play this game on paper, then it's going to, be Argentina, Egypt, and possibly even further than that. But is this as easy as a draw as most are seeming it to be with Argentina?
I think Argentina are finding their way into a really nice lineup to get to certainly the final 8 of this World Cup. Obviously, defending champions. No champions have done back-to-back tournament wins in the World Cup since Pele and Brazil 60-plus years ago now. So I think it's lining up well for them. Messi was able to take a rest coming off the bench, of course, scoring in their last group game, and now he sets himself up. They've got a great balance of strength and depth, and obviously the guile of Messi as well. But it's setting themselves up well, whereas other countries, of course, are going to have to face each other, such as Portugal, Spain, as you mentioned. It's going to be an incredible matchup, as is Mexico, England coming up in a couple of days.
Well, if it ends up being Egypt, Argentina, it's the same thing we saw with Croatia and Portugal. These individuals who have led their team, right, and taken them to this spot, and one of them has to go, right? And I would favor Argentina on this one if they get past Cape Verde. But I love what Mo Salah has done for Egypt, and so that will be an interesting one. But we got to play this one first.
Exactly. Let's turn our focus to this game, Coach. You're one step ahead of me, and I love it. Let's take a look at our lineups, and they're brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Danny Jackson, who is Cape Verde putting out there today?
Cabo Verde has a 4-1-4-1, we believe. We'll see if it backs out to a 4-5-1, more likely going to be some defensive posture as they come out of the blocks in this game. It'll be the star man Vozinha in goal, 15,000 followers, I believe, before his incredible performance at the beginning of the World Cup. Got to 15 million followers now,
wow.
So superstar in the making from one performance. Then you have Columbus Crew right back, Morea as part of your back four alongside Lopez, Borges and Cabral. Kevin Pina is going to be a holding midfield player right in front of that back four. It'll be a midfield attacking four of Mendes, Duarte, that's Laros Duarte, and then DeRoy Duarte, your two central players, and Cabral on that left, and then Da Costa is your man up front.
Yeah, and Lionel Scaloni, the defending champions, are putting on a very familiar lineup that they have used 2 of the first 3 games, obviously rotating in that last game with Emi Martinez in goal, Nahuel Molina, Cuti Romero, Lisandro Martinez, and Facundo Medina as your back four. You got Thiago Almada, surprising kind of starting position for him coming into this World Cup. But then you got Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister, and Rodrigo de Paul as your midfield 3. Looking like it'll be somewhat of a 2-striker-ish formation. Of course, Messi's going to roam, but then the one next to him is Lautaro. As the shocking one being left out is Julian Alvarez, Danny Jackson.
Julian Alvarez, 150 million potential buy out of Atletico Madrid. Offers coming in from the likes of Real Madrid, of Barcelona, even from the Premier League as well, to get him back to the Premier League, of course. Played time under Pep Guardiola at Man City before making his way to La Liga. But yes, he's a player, was heavily involved in the last World Cup. It's a really young player coming out of the blocks. And of course, as all good coaches, Scaloni is one of those coaches who have found a way to build around Messi, where others said, hey, Messi's got to kind of adapt somewhat. Yeah. He said, no, listen, we have the most special player ever in the history of the game. Let's build a team around Messi and look, of course, what he can do. And you can look at other clubs as well, have always play the best 11. It doesn't always work. And for Argentina right now, he's got the right combination of players on that field.
I do love that he's saying, okay, we're going to build around you. Some coaches will put their ego ahead. Messi has been incredibly humble. You hear off that he didn't want to know he was on the team before other players were announced. He did say as a head coach that every decision that's important, Messi's a part of that decision, but he's wise. And 6 goals thus far in the first 3 games is a good example that he's made a good decision.
Yeah, it's proved to be a pretty good one. Yeah,
that's good coaching.
It doesn't seem a difficult decision to me, but for some it has.
Some could mess that up. Absolutely.
And you can see obviously their success from Copa America to the World Cup in recent years has been phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. But they have to win this one first, as Coach was saying earlier. Let's come back. Let's preview this one, get a little bit into the tactics and our players to watch. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
Take a real break with Pure Leaf Iced Tea, powered by natural caffeine from real tea leaves. It's time for real brewed refreshment and the real revitalization of a quality iced tea. Time for a tea break. Time for Pure Leaf.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
The new Strawberry Watermelon Refresher is now at McDonald's. It's made with strawberries and a whole lot of whimsy. It's one of many new drinks now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Introducing B of A Rewards, a new loyalty program with rewards for every ambition. From cashback deals on brands you know and love to a credit card rewards bonus. From fueling up to rewards that fuel your goals. It all starts with a Bank of America checking account and grows from there. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Open or enroll your account at bankofamerica.com/B of A Rewards. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house is chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
Put the finishing touches on your outdoor refresh with 4th of July savings at the Home Depot. Bring a splash of color to your space with a variety of plants selected to thrive in your region. And give your garden the foundation it needs for success with the right soil and mulch for every project. With 4th of July savings at the Home Depot, you'll have everything you need to help your yard flourish. Selection varies by store. See store for details.
An upper corner shot's just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick. Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
They're using the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like...
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
Welcome back back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Anderson Hurst, Danny Jackson, Peter Fewing with you, taking you to kickoff between Argentina, the defending champions, versus Cape Verde, the true Cinderella story so far at this FIFA World Cup. You can't get much more of a David and Goliath favorite and underdog matchup as this one, boys, but it feels like, the magic of the World Cup keeps producing these amazing moments.
We talked about Vecini, of course, the goalkeeper that has become a superstar at the age of 40 years old. But let's kind of take a step back. Cabo Verde is a 10 volcanic islands off the west coast of Africa. It was discovered by the Portuguese and colonized by the Portuguese in the late 1400s. In 1975, they suddenly get their independence, and off they go. And they have a very much a diaspora type of team they found. I mean, one of the stories that was fascinating to read was that Pico Lopez, one of their players who's playing centre-back today, was born and raised in Dublin, and he gets a LinkedIn message from a coach, and he put it into Google Translate, thought it was spam, and then that was the invitation to come and join a camp. So it's just fascinating, some of the stories you get about these things where, I mean, Haiti has the same situation where they go into their heritage. Morocco against Brazil had no Moroccan-born player. They'd all gone out to find out whose grandparents and parents all over the world, and they've done a really good job of kind of building a squad that can compete. And I think that's what you get now.
Yeah.
I mean, Cabo Verde has got three draws. Incredible to get through to the knockout rounds, the smallest nation ever to make the knockout round, and they have a chance if they can have some lights out performance by the likes of Vecini. It's going to be tough. I mean, what Argentina have, of course, is patience, and discipline. That's exactly what Cabo Verde will need on the defensive side. They're going to have to know they're not going to get much of the ball. They're going to have to break once in a while. They may get 2 or 3 shots on goal. They're going to have to make something happen in those 2 or 3 shots or a set piece. It's going to be a magical story if something happens. I mean, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, ever upset. But I think likely is if they can just turn up. And I think for them, it's getting through each quarter of this game. Get to the first hydration break, reset. Get to the next hydration break at halftime, reset, and then do it that way. Just take 20, 25 minutes at a time and just knuckle down. And this is the game of their lives for each and every player, Pete.
Yeah, I think you're exactly correct. They can take a page out of the U.S. book once Balogun was kicked out with a red card, right? So just sit back. They're a 4-1, but I think we're going to see 5-4-1, or we're going to see 4-5-1. They will have a low block, as they should.
Yeah.
There's no secret to how they're going to need to come out and perform. But yeah, they've had a couple of shutouts so far, and it's a great story. You talk about that. The Guam national team, same thing. They're just trying to figure out. Now they're not in this World Cup, but when they were putting that team together, they were just trying to find any heritage.
Well, Big Jack Charlton in 1994 World Cup, the Irish, he did the same thing. Yeah. I mean, he was English himself, became the Republic of Ireland coach, World Cup winner with England in '66. He goes out and finds every player that has an Irish relative that goes back to a grandparent. And you have people like Tony Cascarino, as London as you can get, playing striker for the Republic of Ireland. Of course, they got some magical results in that 1994 World Cup, I think, in the Meadowlands at the time. They beat Italy and off a Ray Houghton goal. So pretty incredible stuff.
Yeah, you don't get stories like that with any other sporting event. Let's get our players to watch. Brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Coach Peter Fewing, who do you got for your player to watch?
I'm going with the 40-year-old goalkeeper, Vozinha. He got 8 saves in the shutout against Spain. You can take a lot of confidence from that Spain game and apply it to this one as well. Another world power. We've done it once. Let's see if we can do it again. It's been a delightful story to watch him, and so that's my guy to watch. And he needs to stand on his head today and make save after save after save, and hopefully kiss every one of those posts in the crossbar and ask them to do their part too. So that's the guy I'm watching.
Danny?
Well, for me, I was going to take Pico Lopez, your LinkedIn man, but I decided to go a little bit different. I'm going to go with Messi.
Okay.
Genius. And for me, it's a couple of things. Obviously, we don't have to speak about his prowess as a player and the success he's had with the Ballon d'Ors and the World Cup, and of course, but he sat in the shadow for many years of Maradona, and he's broken full free and clear of that shadow. He stands on his own now as arguably the best player the world's ever produced. But for me, it's the joy that you see in each and every game. He doesn't take anything lightly, doesn't take anything for granted. Every goal he has scored so far, of his 6 goals in this World Cup, he has treated like it's the World Cup final. He's just scored the winning goal. So much joy on his face, knowing that there's not many opportunities to play at this level anymore in his career. And to celebrate in front of the most passionate fans, I think, in the world, in the Argentinians. We saw them come across all sorts of places, from Kansas City on bikes coming up from Buenos Aires to meet the team who are based there. So I think it's just going to be a magical run for Messi in this tournament. And so far, he's performed lights out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with his partner up top in Lautaro Martinez, because there was a lot of talk about, it was going to be Messi and Julian Alvarez coming into this tournament, and that's kind of what it looked like in 2022. Originally, it was Lautaro starting, but he struggled, didn't really score, missed a couple of big chances, and then when they made the switch to Julian Alvarez, this is in 2022, and they went all the way, they found so much more success. That hasn't happened yet this tournament, so I don't want to say the pressure's on him, but he's kind of the perfect partner, because he'll do the running that Lionel Messi won't. He'll kind of get on the ends of crosses a little bit, and everyone around him, as you were mentioning earlier with Scaloni and the way he builds this team, it's not necessarily the best 11 players that Argentina has. It's the best 11. It's the best 11 players to build around Messi, right? And those are two different things, because you have someone even at age 39 that's playing at a special level right now. So having someone like him is really, really important. He needs to kind of bring his clinical side of his, finishing a little bit more. I think he needs to get on the score sheet. You can't have Messi scoring every single goal at this tournament.
Well, maybe you can, to be honest. Okay, can I ask Danny a question?
Yeah, of course.
Do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay, Danny, you and I have broadcast Sounder games for a while. You've been our color guy for a long time. I know you've been on play-by-play. I do the color once in a while. This is a question I've tried to ask you for 3 years on the air. It's never been appropriate.
Why not before the Argentina World Cup?
Yes. It's a two-parter. Part number one, you're from England, did your time at Leeds, came here for college. What is the definition of the term, and Bob's your uncle?
Bob's your uncle. I guess, there you have it, or there you are then.
Okay.
Just making a statement of fact after something's happened.
Okay, so for this game, the defending World Cup champions, Argentina, with the best player in the world, Lionel Messi, playing against Cape Verde. Is this and Bob's your uncle type of game?
It will be if they win.
All right.
I wanted to say, you asked me at the end of the game. You asked me the end of the game.
All right, fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
3 years in the making.
We've been waiting for that question for a long, long time.
As Messi has as well.
No, it's been a longer wait. All right, let's get our keys to the match coming up next. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
Take a real break with Pure Leaf Iced Tea. Powered by natural caffeine from real tea leaves. It's time for real brewed refreshment and the real revitalization of a quality iced tea. Time for a tea break. Time for Pure Leaf.
Chipotle Honey Chicken is back at Chipotle. Step into summer with fresh grilled chicken, spicy Chipotle peppers, and the perfect touch of pure honey. Chipotle Honey Chicken. It's taking heat and sweet to a whole new level. Back for a limited time. Order now in the Chipotle app for pickup or delivery.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable Speeds to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house is chaos, but in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
An upper corner shot's just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick.
Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
Their Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like...
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
Right now, get up to 15% off select storage solutions. Put heavy-duty HDX totes to good use, protecting what's important to you. The solid, impact-resistant design prevents cracking, and the clear base and sides make items easy to find even when the totes are stacked. Find select shelving and tote storage up to 15% off at the Home Depot to organize every room in your home, from your garage to your attic. Visit HomeDepot.com. How doers get more done.
Welcome back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We are nearing kickoff between Argentina and Cape Verde in Miami. Guys, it's so simple. We'll get our keys to the match here in just a second, but it's such a big matchup for Cape Verde. Is this moment going to feel like it's kind of too big for them in this kind of? You got to get the first 5 minutes underneath your legs, correct?
Yeah, first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, you have to be strong. Don't give away anything cheap. We've seen times where teams have tried to bunker in and be tight, like South Africa. First game against Mexico, they gave up a silly goal in the first 10 minutes, and that was backs against the wall after that. If they can continue to have a clean sheet, the anxiety might start to build in the crowd and on the field for the Argentinians, and that's what you want as a Cabo Verde team.
Yeah, that's not what I want, but go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, numbers behind the ball, keep possession of the ball, but in doubt, get it out. Danny's point, the Mexico-South Africa game, they played a ball right up the middle, edge of the 18. It gets stripped, and it's in the back of the net, and it's over before we're 5 minutes in. So Cape Verde's got to defend, and I like Danny's point.
Yeah.
Get to the hydration break at zeros. And if you get a restart, put numbers in, but defend, and in doubt, get rid of it.
Yeah, when they have a blueprint. They did this against Spain, right? And Spain's a very, very similar team in the way they play as Argentina as well.
Yeah, they're going to play the width of the 18 defensively, and then they're going to push the ball out wide. Argentina likes to play more central with their three players, and Messi finding the gaps and the holes. So in some ways, it plays into them a little bit. The question is for Argentina, where does the width come from? Can they deliver some quality in the box? And at the end of the day, big-time players step up in big-time moments. If Messi can get his goal or start to orchestrate things in the middle of the park alongside what is arguably some of the three better trio of central midfield players for Argentina. Once they start dictating possession, especially in the middle third of the field, and start to push Cabo Verde back, I think Martinez is important. Can he stretch them in behind as well?
Yeah. Coach, what does Argentina need to do to avoid an upset?
Score first, score second, right? They've just got to put the ball in the back of the net, right? They've got to make sure they don't want to give anything away, right? And if they can unlock them, catch them in transition, as Danny says, if they can find some of the seams in the middle of the field. Crossing is always, I always love no shots, no crosses, no goals. So they've just got to play their game and wear them down.
Trust the process is the way I look at it. Like you can't get too, even if it's 0-0 and getting into the 60th, 70th minute, trust that what you're going to do is going to create enough chances and you have enough quality on the pitch.
We've seen some good teams having their backs against the wall in the last 10, 15 minutes. Portugal obviously behind before they beat Croatia.
Belgium.
England, of course, against the Congo as well. Belgium scoring 2 in the last few minutes to get themselves to extra time. So discipline and patience on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that should be a fun one. We'll talk to you guys at halftime. First 45 minutes is coming up next between Argentina and Cape Verde in Miami. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
You've been listening to our pre-match coverage of the FIFA World Cup 2026 on iHeartRadio. Fox's play-by-play coverage of today's match is coming up next.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
What is it that you thought your brother did for a living in those years?
Oh, well, I knew that he was, for the most part, I had the feeling that he was in the business of gaming and...
That is William Michael Bulger, or Billy, as as he's usually called, his 18-year reign as president of the Massachusetts Senate is still, to this day, the longest tenure in history. Once his historic run was finished, he became the president of the University of Massachusetts. He has also received his Doctor of Jurisprudence from Boston College Law School, and he has more than 20 honorary degrees from a wide variety of esteemed institutions. And despite all of these accomplishments and accolades, what William Michael Bulger will most likely be remembered for is something that was largely out of his control. It is the one thing in life that is out of everyone's control. Family.
They were lucky they didn't try to do nothing.
That is James Bulger. You may know him better as Whitey. Billy's story would never be complete without Whitey, and vice versa. But there are more people involved than just the two brothers from the Old Harbor Village Housing Project in South Boston. To examine the lives of the Bulger brothers, one must examine the brutal deaths of 19 relatively unknown souls. This is a story about evil.
All right, guys, we're going to run this back, and the game is about to start. Argentina and Cape
Listen
Verde.
and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. Number one for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
iHeartRadio's World Cup coverage continues as we join Fox's live play-by-play action of today's FIFA World Cup 2026 match. Follow all the exclusive World Cup action on iHeartRadio.
Tonight is the end of Lionel Scaloni and Argentina's reign as world champions. However ridiculous that concept might be, it is the knockout round. It is one or done. We've already seen Bobista and Cape Verde pull off, if not the impossible, the highly improbable. In that scoreless draw in Atlanta against Spain, they led, they trailed, they got a draw with two-time World Cup winners Uruguay in this stadium 2 weeks to go. And haven't we seen enough in the last couple weeks to know that there's always a chance of the unexpected here at this particular FIFA World Cup, even when that man is involved. It's a home game for him. He's made Miami his home the last 3 years. The Cinderella man, Vozinha, became a global sensation in the opener. Now he locks horns with maybe the greatest goal scorer of all time on a sultry evening in South Florida on the final night of this round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. We are underway. It is Argentina, La Celeste in the white and sky blue stripes. The Blue Sharks of Cape Verde wearing blue. Argentina, if they can do anything quietly, perhaps this has gone under the radar. The longest winning streak in their entire history. 10 straight victories since the fall. Have they really been challenged here at this World Cup? Have they really faced adversity? Does that really matter to a team of this experience and pedigree? But tonight, it's a rare one for them. They're kind of the bad guys. They're taking on the Cinderella story of Cape Verde, who tonight become the smallest nation by population ever to play in a knockout stage game at a FIFA World Cup. And let's not miss the big picture here. For them tonight, their flag, their anthem, their name on par with the greats of Argentina here in this stadium, even as they're being outnumbered about 95% to 5% here in the stadium in Miami. What do we expect this game to look like? And that's the type of moment that Cape Verde can't be doing. It's a giveaway. It's Enzo Fernandez for Argentina, trying to clip it back post for Rodrigo de Paul, and it will come all the way out for a goal kick.
Well, as a foundation, you cannot make mistakes against this Argentina team. If you're Cape Verde, you will be punished, quite simply put. We did their opening match against Spain, the European champions. They held them scoreless, 0-0, huge result on a near-perfect night for them. They had their goalkeeper come up with a world-class effort. Tonight, it's another level. Can they do it? You cannot make mistakes.
As you see, the winner goes to Atlanta to face Egypt, who earlier beat Australia in penalties in the round of 32.
The other thing for Cape Verde is they've only lost one of their last 18 matches. This is a team that is well organized. They are disciplined. They are together. And they're playing without pressure, as crazy as that is to say. They're playing against one of the best and biggest teams in the world, global superstars. People did not expect them to be here. They are here. They're playing free. You saw the big smile in that exchange with their coach, Bobista.
And that's
so they're here to spoil the party.
Touch there by DaCosta up front. A second time he's getting a piece of a pass back to Emiliano Martinez. That might have woken up the Argentina supporters. It was awful quiet there for a moment. Good pressure that time by Jovan Cabral to win the ball away in midfield. Sidney Lopez Cabral is muscled away in the inside. It's Lionel Messi on the ball. Tackled off it by Kevin Pina. Right back on it though. Enzo Fernandez, good strength. Lautaro Martinez will get there and hand it off wide. Thiago Almada, the former Atlanta United player, one of 5 current or former MLS players on the field tonight. Molina comes inside, trying to combine with Alexis McAllister. Drew Fisher, very experienced referee, refs a lot of CONCACAF games. He's seen everything. He's unimpressed with that, even as Molina's slow to get up. Stephen Moreira of the Columbus Crew, a former MLS Defender of the Year. On the ball there for the first time a moment ago.
And you see when Argentina lose the ball or concede possession, they drop back into this mid-block defensive shape. At times you'll see them high press if the opportunity's there, but they're quite content to let Cape Verde have a little bit of possession where it's not threatening. But you saw in that exchange even just a minute or two ago, when they win the ball back, how quickly they go. So in some ways it's by design to draw the opponent forward to create space then in behind them, as that's going to be a foul on Cabral.
It's Rodrigo de Paul, Messi's teammate at Inter Miami.
Just a subtle little kick in the legs after the ball was gone. And that was the one earlier where it was Cabral as well. He got his hand up, made some contact with the face. Now here, they're going to use set pieces to try to create some chaos in the back, which they're actually going to take short to try to get a better angle.
Jovan Cabral will hook that into the back post. That was a back heel clip away there by Lisandro Martinez to clear. Good block on the outside by Facundo Medina. Argentina, as you mentioned, going back to the lineup for the first 2 games, they were able to rotate in the final group stage game, able to get every field player onto the field at some point, as that one skips all the way through. Tine Borges had stayed up for the throw. Kevin Pina scored from a pretty similar spot from a free kick against Uruguay. And now Jovan Cabral's in trouble. He's double teamed. He's taken off the ball. It's DePaul the other way.
You see Messi to the right side of your screen. He's basically got 3 around him at all times. And they're cutting off as and that ball turned over again. Something they do well, Cape Verde, is they really limit space in the middle of the field. So they stay connected in their defensive shape. Something they did really well against Spain. They don't want to allow those little penetrating passes. They understand the danger. They'd rather force you wide and then defend crosses. So they've got a lot of bodies centrally. Nothing that Argentina showing some confidence there.
Ole for the 40-year-old goalkeeper who's become a global sensation. Plays in the 2nd division in Portugal. He's going to have to defend this moment. Again, that was actually a good backtracking run there by Lars Duarte. Now it's going to be clipped long. Right, Mendez in chase.
Argentina getting at least their back four behind the ball. Mendez is going to drive it in. It's a deflected effort, and then it ends up being a kind redirection from Romero back to Emiliano Martinez. What you're not seeing right now is a Cape Verde team that looks particularly scared.
No. But I don't think we expected that. I mean, even as I was watching some of the, more so the substitutes coming out and walking past Lionel Messi and Argentina in the warm-ups, and they're all just focused on them. I don't see a team out there that in this game is, they're not going to back down. They know they're the underdog. No, they don't need us to tell them. There's something, there's a spirit within that of looking to try to spoil the party. That creates a little bit of a freedom.
Messi able to get it away as he's dumped to the turf by Jovan Cabral. For Alexis McAllister, dangerous there, and he's able to get to that ball sliding in front of Lars Duarte. Right to Medina. Enzo Fernandez. DePaul's in the middle. It's hooked all the way across, and Cabral's able to intercept in front of Molina. Able to knock it wide. Here come Cape Verde. Sidney Lopez Cabral was suspended for the last game, so he's fresh. And look at four Argentine defenders around him. They're not messing around either. Messi making a big run there, and McAllister elects to hold it. See from that stat about scoring first. This is an Argentina team that knows how to win games. They don't blow out many teams, as Molina just kind of bumps that one out. They tend to grind games out. We've seen that in World Cup knockout stage. We've seen it at Copa America. Here's the skill check from Vozinha.
Vozinha shaping up. Oh, there's your pressure. See you later. Lautaro Martinez. First, a little touch out of the air, a little cushion.
And as a man enjoying the moment, and why not? Header one there, and that allows Jovan Cabral to come get it. Romero wrapped him up. Roy Duarte, the younger of the two brothers, Dutch-born in midfield, won the initial header. Jovan Cabral made his debut for this team 9 years ago. There are a number of the Cape Verde players who have been playing for this team for a very long time and enjoying this moment. And Pico Lopez there, not quite on the same page with Nuno da Costa.
And it's a team in Cape Verde that look to play, they're a pretty defensive team. They don't get a lot of attacking opportunities, just the 7 shots on target over the course of 3 matches. But they had that 2-2 tie with Uruguay. They got the 0-0 draws against the Saudis and in their first match against Spain, so they don't give up that much either, goal-wise.
Tine Borges alert there, intercept that pass.
But more so to just say they're not going to get discouraged by not having the ball.
And nor you imagine would Argentina get particularly impatient if the chances are coming. They play in tons of these games too. Nowhere to go forward there with Messi. But DePaul's going to go all the way back. And for what it's worth, the temperature was very comfortable when we arrived at the stadium early this afternoon. The temperature jumped quite a bit just before warm-ups and then dropped significantly in the maybe 30 minutes before kickoff because these clouds rolled over. And it is, by the standards of Miami in July, very comfortable right now. So Fernandez wide for Thiago Almada, gets it back. Fernandez cuts it in. Only man there was Kevin Pina. These moments are interesting for Cape Verde. When they get the ball, what do they do with it? Clip long for Lars Duarte to chase. He's going to bring it down. Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, great touch. Duarte did really well because that ball was bouncing up at him. Another game, another match. You got FIFA President Gianni Infantino.
Next to him is the president of Argentina's Football Association. You've got the president of CONMEBOL, the South American Confederation, down at the bottom right there. And
And another game for Mario Kempes as well. Argentine.
Was he in the gym again with you today? Or?
No, apparently different hotels this time.
All right. My bad. Romero, Almada, Lautaro Martinez couldn't do anything with it. Good step there by Pico Lopez, and Cape Verde scramble it away.
Gotta smash that like button for you, boy. I appreciate it.
This fan support is something Lionel Scaloni of Argentina talked about in his pre-match press conference, just saying, look, they are our 12th man. You and I, we figured out this is our 9th Argentina World Cup match we've covered, and their fan support, no matter the country, is just unreal. And these games feel like home games for them.
To Paul, little pocket of space. I mean, this is very much a home game. This is the 5th time that Argentina have played, even just in this stadium. They've also played in the other stadium up the road in Fort Lauderdale. The Argentine FA have opened up a headquarters and a training center here in South Florida. This is absolutely a home game for Argentina, a country and a part of the country that they feel very much at home in and very comfortable with. As it comes in for Almada from DePaul, he's going to return. No, Messi picks it up, rolls it across the face of goal. And it took 14 minutes, but the first little shot across the bow.
It was the first time they really accelerated and found a gap that they wanted to try to exploit. Messi actually takes that off the foot of a teammate who was about to take it. He comes just scuttling across, just his 11th touch of the game so far, but as we know, he doesn't need too many. He waits his time to get involved. That was a time where he just took it up a gear, pulled that one across the goal. It's a tight angle anyways for the shot.
And there's almost too many superlatives at this point with Messi. He's extending his own record of games played at total at a World Cup, consecutive games played at a World Cup for his country. David Beckham, Sir David Beckham, was also part owner of Inter Miami, and the reason that Messi plays here, it's his 203rd appearance, Messi, second now only to Cristiano Ronaldo in men's history. And yet the opportunity for him, he seems most motivated by, is winning. Winning with his team, winning trophies, whether that's with Inter Miami, winning MLS Cup in December. Trying to become that first team since 1962 to go back-to-back at the Men's World Cup. And he can extend his own record today with an 8th consecutive World Cup game with a goal. And perhaps a 5th straight knockout stage game with a goal as well.
But so far, I've been impressed as well with Cape Verde not being so low. They might.
Enzo Fernandez from Medina. Almada being harassed by Laros Duarte. Still Almada. Trying to find Messi. Tough challenge by Pina. That one's going to be a foul. It was, in fact, Jovan Cabral who chased Messi into the midfield. And
yeah, Cape Verde feel that was a fair challenge, that they got the ball. Well, this will be a good look. And I would have to say, I feel that they're right. Because Cabral got there first and beat Messi to the ball. I think sometimes your intuition tells you when you see a player like Messi down on the ground. Of course, Drew Fisher sees this a lot in Major League Soccer. But just the reaction even there from the Cape Verde players. They came around, huddled around him, but it is going to be a free kick in the first chance.
Is this Messi shooting range?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there anything not Messi shooting range? Is that what you mean?
But this is a good distance, though, because it's not too close to the box where you have to as we saw with Malik Tillman, produce the perfect technique for a goal, but it gives you a chance to really work the keeper and keep the keeper honest, because you can go both sides depending how much power you want to hit this ball with.
Vozinha, who's made 10 saves in total in the 3 games. Only 2 goals conceded. Both were in this building against Uruguay. Lionel Messi in the last game scored his 2nd career direct free kick goal at a World Cup. That's tied for the all-time World Cup record with a number of players, including Pelé and Mr. Beckham, who's in the house. Argentina don't seem thrilled by the distance that wall is away from the ball. It's De Paul open as well. But it is Lionel Messi, and Vozinha, comfortable first save of the game for him, and the Cape Verdean fans behind him love it.
And he's going quick, trying to play the long ball out, and it's going to go out.
And he gets cheered.
But throughout all these situations within the game, just put yourself in the shoes of Vozinha. 40 years old, playing in your first World Cup, standing there setting your wall against the player that is widely regarded as the best to have ever played the game, and you get a chance to come up with a save. That's the context of these little moments within a game.
Molina making the run. He's going to lay it in for Messi. Vozinha is there first. Might have been offside had Messi gotten on the end of it. And that's the point, right? Whatever happens here, for these players, they get to say, I played against Messi in Argentina at the World Cup. Who would have thought that possible a year ago, 10 years ago? It's a wonderful moment. And then even more so if they can make a real game of this, which they have done through 18 and a half minutes. And Vozinha, once again, not lacking for confidence in possession of the ball. Dangerous pass into the middle there, and that was good work to track all the way back and control it by Steven Moreira of the Columbus Crew. He's now going to carry forward and hand off Sidney Lopez Cabral. And for Moreira, trying to get it out from underneath his feet, blocked by McAllister. Now transition the other way for Argentina. Lautaro Martinez elects to go wide to De Paul, and he'll cycle it around. It's one of the things Deroy Duarte talked about yesterday. He said, I grew up watching Argentina. Now I get to play against them in the World Cup. It's a dream come true, but he emphasized, we have confidence in ourselves. We have confidence in our abilities. It's one of the things that Coach Babista said. We have one thing on our mind, that is to advance. Here's Messi now in the middle of the field. Surveying his options, hands it off. Almada wide. Medina cutting it back. No one there in white and blue. Kevin Pina will carry forward now for Cape Verde. Mendez making a run off the right. Back in for Lars Duarte. Cape Verde reached the 20-minute mark unscathed. Mendez, nice little move to wriggle away from Lautaro Martinez. Opens it up wide. Sidney Lopez Cabral could not get that under control. That was a promising moment.
Yeah, they've shown some good confidence in different moments. None more so than Vozinha having a look up. See you later. A little cutback. But I think these stretches become important, but also, we've seen this a million times with Argentina. They will give you opportunities to have the ball. They are quite comfortable sitting in a very solid defensive block against the best of teams and then against opponents that you think they should beat. The challenge for Cape Verde, truly, though, is to just stay with an intensity and to be dialed in and not get overconfident in a way that all of a sudden you switch off for one play and they punch you in the face. Because that is what the danger is with Argentina. It also speaks to, as you said, they don't blow teams out because they won't need to. It's always a professional performance. And so they just have an incredible efficiency when you give them that one chance that they put you away. That's what Cape Verde have to be aware of.
Nico Lopez, wrong side of Mendez there. Do Argentina pick these moments to go quick in transition? Up ahead for Messi, tackle away. Dine Borges does enough, but it's going to be reset by DePaul. Messi, 1v3, taken off the ball. Costa there. Strong challenge from Romero. Good work to steal in from behind. Kevin Pina picked the pocket. We expect the next dead ball would be the first half hydration break. Sidney Lopez Cabral. And didn't take the ball with him there, trying to make his move on DePaul. There's Lionel Messi now popping up out on the right. Nice little move to get by one. Rolls it forward, tight quarters. Lopez Cabral first there. Messi, incidentally, yet to have an assist at this World Cup. It's been all goals. His next assist would tie the all-time World Cup record. Not a foul there. Romero battling with DaCosta. Rodrigo DePaul. He'll hook this in, sent right back out by Dine Borges. It'll bounce out for an Argentina throw. And looks like that throw will indeed come on the other side of the first half hydration break. And the cheers come, but Cape Verde doing their job so far. No score here in Miami in the round of 32 between Argentina and Cape Verde.
Take a real break with Pure Leaf Iced Tea. Powered by natural caffeine from real tea leaves. It's time for real brewed refreshment and the real revitalization of a quality iced tea. Time for a tea break. Time for a Pure Leaf.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house, it's chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
You're expecting company this 4th of July, so it's time to give your space the party aesthetic. Refresh your home to impress your guests from the curbside. Turn your outdoor entertainment space into the place to be with a refresh under $100 using Behr Marquee exterior paint. Your home will be ready for guests with no time, and it will stay beautiful long after they leave. Give your home a fresh coat of summer color and make your space party ready with the Home Depot.
very muggy here in South Florida. The threatening skies starting to break up around us, though, which is a good sign. And you got Diego Simeone, who's in the crowd. Three-time World Cup player with Argentina, including as a teammate of U.S. coach Mauricio Pochettino in 2002. His son is a part of this Argentina team. Giuliano Simeone, who made his World Cup debut in the last game against Jordan. There you see, it's not quite as dicey looking as it was earlier here in Miami. How do you see it so far? Is there anything that Argentina need to be doing differently or better, particularly?
They haven't been as threatening on the goal, so I think some of the combination play around the goal, they could be a little bit more aggressive. It feels fairly safe at this point of the game for Argentina, but the stats would tell you that they will score at some point. They've scored in their last 12 World Cup matches. In fact, in their last 9, they've scored 2 or more goals. And it's just a matter of time, and it feels that way. So they've had a good control of the game, I would say, to this point. But as the longer this game goes on, I actually think Cape Verde grow more and more in their confidence and ability to see this through.
Not since Croatia shut them out in a group stage win in Russia in 2018 have Argentina been held out in a World Cup game. Facundo Medina thought about it for a moment. And not since a September loss to Ecuador in the World Cup qualifying finale have Argentina been kept off the board in a game in all competitions. That was one where they had a first half red. They already qualified for the World Cup. This game didn't have quite the same edge as it might have otherwise. Clip long, Messi trying to sneak in behind. Messi has stuck in behind, and Lionel Messi, as he has done 19 prior times in his career, has done again. 20th career World Cup goal. Argentina out in front here in Miami.
And they just lull you into a false sense of security, and then that moment you switch off, Messi comes to life. I want you to watch his movement on this goal. As soon as he sees and makes eye contact with his teammate, bottom of your screen, little boom, there goes the run. The timing is perfection, and the finish is a masterclass. Once again from Messi, the concentration, the first touch with the outside of the boot, and the second touch in the roof of the net. It's just magnificent. It's just Lionel Messi. It's like in slow motion as you're seeing it in slow motion, except for him, that's real time. Argentina take the lead.
He's the first player since the 1960s to score in 5 straight knockout stage games. That's part of the Messi story. His first 4 World Cups, he didn't score many goals. He didn't score any outside of the group stage. Something changed. He turns 35. He comes to Qatar. He becomes unstoppable, scoring goals. And now Argentina in the position from which they have been practically unbeatable in the lead. Messi once more. Martine Borges, who was just beat by a hair on that ball over the top, able to keep it. Big tackle to knock it away in the middle by Medina. Sliding through there was De Roy Duarte to get it clear.
You're right. It's crazy, isn't it? 14 of his 20 World Cup goals after the age of 35.
I mean, it's easy to think of it a little bit as, well, yeah, you know, Argentina, the rest of the team won the World Cup for him. And certainly there were players in Qatar and in the years since that have stepped up and reached a world-class level. But it's Messi. His numbers are different. His goal scoring is different, and it's not slowing down. People thought it was going to slow down here at this World Cup. He's older now. He's been playing in MLS. No one can stop him yet.
And
Messi stopped in that moment by Jovan Cabral.
But I love the questions when Lionel Scaloni gets asked, yeah, but are you too reliant on Lionel Messi? Who cares? But seriously, when you've heard this throughout our studio coverage and all the different conversations about Lionel Messi, but more so about Argentina. You have a group of players that understand he is the star, and they play within that. These guys are all stars at their own teams, but when it's Argentina, it's Messi's team, and everybody's okay with that.
That one's fizzed in and all the way through.
And yet, okay, if Messi has to go out at a point, well, you've got Julian Alvarez to come off the bench. You've got Lautaro Martinez who can step up for goals and plays alongside Messi, but he understands the game features Lionel Messi. But hey, even that goal is just an example. Cape Verde are pretty in that same shape they had been in. They leave a little space over the top. It's a perfect ball out of the back. But that touch and that finish, just exquisite, man. Just so fun to watch.
It's brought Argentina's players to life a bit. It's brought their fans to life a bit. Cape Verde had only actually trailed for 23 minutes total at this tournament. Having led early against Uruguay in this building, how did they react now in the next 15 minutes or so before the half? Messi. Out for Molina. In for Almada. Almada got through one, and Messi just had to reach, couldn't quite reach all the way to get to that one. Jovan Cabral, Nuno da Costa. Cabral able to keep it. Mendes is open on the far side. At least he was for a moment. And backtracking there was Facundo Medina, one of the new players on this team this year. Coming and take it away. A reminder coming up next on Fox. Colombia and Ghana battling for the final spot in the round of 16. Coverage starts at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, live here on Fox. First ever meeting between those nations. It comes in Kansas City. Winner goes to Vancouver to face Switzerland, who beat Algeria late last night. 48 teams came to North America a month ago. 18 are still alive in pursuit of the World Cup. De Paul. And too tall for Thiago Almada. So Messi edges ahead of Kylian Mbappe.
How about that lineup right there, though?
So we're going to see Mbappe tomorrow in Philadelphia.
This ball, first of all, from Martinez, look at that. Just clips it over the top. That touch, though, when you go with the outside of the boot and he just stops it to cushion it, doesn't lose stride. That efficiency, that cushion on the foot, it's like a ball landing on a soft pillow to set it up for the second strike, where then he sees Bozinha go low. All happens in such a split second. The finish so good as well.
But Mbappe in France tomorrow on the 4th of July in Philadelphia against Paraguay. Harry Kane in England have a very tough test to come in Mexico City. Erling Haaland in Norway. Playing against Brazil and New Jersey.
But yeah, that lineup of the five, at least for now, and you've still got Oyarzabal right behind with Spain, the chasing the golden boot. That's five of the best players in the world, and they have all been turning up in this tournament, which is so fun to see.
And Ousmane Dembele would like a word. What can he put up tomorrow, perhaps? That's been one of the very fun parts of this tournament, is how the stars have shined. And that is indeed an offside flag. Michael Barregan just waiting there a moment, as he's meant to do, as Molina got caught. What do you think? A little bit?
In my expert opinion, he is just offside.
What's the goal here for Cape Verde? Final 10 minutes of the half.
Just keep digging in. They've had some good spells of possession. It's difficult for them to try to break down this Argentine defense. It's only given away one goal so far in this tournament. That gets lost as part of the conversation. That when we talked about that run of them getting to the final and winning it in Qatar, it was so much about just how good they were defensively. And when they got a goal, they shut it down. And just teams found it so hard to score against them. They have a team commitment to defending. So you know, and you knew coming in that your chances were going to be limited. But try to use some of that possession to maybe spring a counterattack, maybe get moments where you're isolated and can win a free kick, but maintain belief. They were behind against Uruguay, and they still find a way to tie that game.
Because here's the counterpoint to that. In Qatar, Argentina blew a 2-goal lead against the Netherlands and had to survive a penalty shootout. They blew a 2-goal lead to France, had to survive a penalty shootout. Even Australia in the round of 16 were inches away from coming back from 2 goals down. You and I did the game 2 years ago on the 4th of July in Houston, where Argentina let Ecuador just hang around and hang around. Ecuador got a late goal, went to a penalty shootout. So can Argentina put them away?
It speaks to trying to stay in this game as long as you can. So that really is just not conceding another goal before halftime. And maybe you can nick something here in the first half that makes things really interesting.
Steven Moreira and just couldn't wrap his foot around that the way he would have hoped. And Monday on Fox, the United States taking on Belgium in the round of 16 in Seattle. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, live on Fox. Only 20 degrees cooler at kickoff in Seattle Monday night than we are enjoying here in Miami this evening. That is going to be a scene unlike anything we have seen in the history of the men's U.S. soccer team. It's going to be incredible. And the question is, without the suspended Flo Balogun, who steps up? How can the men of the United States, for just the second time in their history, advance to the quarterfinal of a FIFA World Cup? Yes, they played in a semifinal in 1930. That was when you went from a 2-game group stage directly into a Final Four. Very different type of tournament. Only 2002 have the U.S. done what they will attempt to do on Monday night, live here on Fox.
And don't forget Monday afternoon. You got just a small little game between Portugal and Spain to get you ready for that one.
Good spot by the Duarte brothers there. And a good spell for Cape Verde. Lars Duarte runs right into Alexis McAllister, who can't spring it to Lautaro Martinez. Javon Cabral. Moreira's making a big run. Back door. Steven Moreira, early ball in. It's going to come all the way across Cindy Lopez Cabral. Ryan Mendez hooks it back in between options. Medina gets it clear. Nico Lopez will come all the way across to prevent, or at least pause potentially the counter. A second tackle in, it's going to be a foul there. Drew Fisher was just waiting to watch a moment. But even as the fans sing, that feels like a big missed opportunity for Cape Verde.
First time they were able to get both fullbacks high and wide. It was Moreira of the Columbus Crew who got into the attack, just didn't really have many options in the box. He was trying to pick something out, came all the way over to Cindy Lopez Cabral. He then couldn't quite work an opportunity, but that was a good moment for them, getting and forcing Argentina and even Almada and their wingers to come back to try to defend.
5 minutes to go here in the half in Miami, plus stoppage time. DePaul accelerates forward. It's a great tackle from behind by Lars Duarte. And it's Lionel Messi to sneak in and win the ball back. His goal the difference right now. Standing his own record of the most goals scored in the history of the FIFA World Cup. Going one above Kylian Mbappe for the Golden Boot at this tournament. And extending his own record of 8 consecutive World Cup games now with a goal. DePaul able to turn. Has a couple different options. Bouncing off the foot of Enzo Fernandez, Medina, Messi, and an offside flag somewhere in that sequence.
Medina, I believe, on that sequence. DePaul was breaking into a pretty dangerous position. He had a lot of options, almost too many options. He gets caught in a couple of different minds, and then eventually he was trying to clip it to Medina, who came back from an offside position to get it.
Lisandro Martinez, incidentally, got the assist on the goal. His first career World Cup assist in 8 games played in the tournament. Oh, great turn there. Jovan Cabral spinning away from Nahuel Molina, and then just gives it right away. And that's going to be whistled for a foul. Coming out the Bank of America halftime show live on Fox. Trying to see down to our right if we can see Rob Stone and crew here in the stadium. Or do they move over to the left-hand side? I think he's waving at me here. There he is, in fact. Rob is waving. There you go. We see him.
Oh, I see.
They're down to the left. That's right.
I see Peters. He was sweating before the show even started. He's got loads of fans over there. He's staying cool.
I was looking the wrong place. That was why. They're coming up here in Miami. Good pressure there by Nuno da Costa. A really fun day coming up tomorrow, 4th of July in Philadelphia. Messi's just going to keep that in play, and he draws some contact, and Argentina's bench is really upset about that. Well, the last time Messi played on the field, he left hurt. That Copa America final 2 years ago. The ball's back in play. Vozinha taking his time, and then might have taken a little bit of a kick there from Lautaro Martinez.
Catches a little bit of his ankle. I'll get tired of seeing this one. The quickness of the release is so impressive as well. That time from the touch to then the finish. And also you saw there, Vozinha had that near post pretty well covered. And he was making himself big to block off the backside of the net. And then leaves the top side of the net open. And he found it.
Like we touched on, he had not scored in 4 editions of the World Cup. He had played in 8 knockout stage games without scoring a single goal. 6 goals in 19 total. Great by human standards. But very different now to what he has done with 14 goals in 11 games, including scoring in every knockout stage game since the beginning of the tournament in Qatar.
And Miroslav Klose, who was the previous record goal scorer at the World Cup, he knew his record was going to get broken. I didn't think he knew it would get obliterated the way it has.
Matter of days. And yet, as we have said, Lionel Messi will probably not own that record for long. It's probably a rental, maybe for the next 4 years until Kylian Mbappe takes it from him. McAllister trying to thread that through. That shot is saved by Vozinha. Enzo Fernandez there, who was closing first to the redirection. Second save, Vozinha tonight. Messi. 30 seconds plus stoppage time to go. And if you're Cape Verde, you love to get to the half at just 1-0.
Yeah, second goal conceded before the half really just finishes you off against this Argentina team. You go into the locker room with no hope. So I think, as you said, if they can just maintain this 1 goal disadvantage, they still will believe that they can do something in the second half. You have to make sure you get that and recharge in that 15-minute break.
4 minutes to go. Messi again on the end of a long ball. No, just skipped past him at the last moment.
It was almost an identical pass from Lisandro Martinez as well. This was the shot at the top of the box that came from Enzo Fernandez. Wrapped his foot around it. We were there 4 years ago, and he got his first World Cup goal. Played all 7 matches for them. Really his announcement on the world stage. Started 5 games, has been an ever-present since.
Best young player at that tournament. And in no small part because of injuries to some others, including Giovanni Lo Celso. That was a part of the story for Argentina, how players stepped up in a big way in Qatar. In for DePaul. Out for Molina. DePaul once more. Lands in Miami trying to will a second. Messi, that was meant for Medina backdoor, and he almost intercepted the pass. He's going to get it from McAllister. Couldn't stick it inside at first. Cape Verde really just kind of holding on for dear life right now, though. It's given right back away. Lautaro Martinez. It bounced off his back, a deflected pass. Messi, awkward challenge from behind on Sidney Lopez Cabral. Free kick, Cape Verde.
Yeah, ends up just catching the leg as he's reaching for that one. Another look at this strike. Does really well to get his hips around it to strike it on goal. But good save as well from Buzinha, who's made a couple of saves in the half. Only the one goal against him, and that's the difference in the game.
Final 2 minutes of the half here in Miami.
It's a very composed and controlled performance so far, though, from Argentina. They don't look at danger. There's maybe been the one little attack that started to develop down the right side for Cape Verde, but other than that, they're playing the game at their speed. They're complete control.
Long run to the corner to get there, Lawrence Duarte. And then he's edged off the ball by Medina. It sounds like a negative thing to say that Argentina would do the bare minimum. It's an efficiency. It's an intelligence that they have.
Yeah.
They know how long these tournaments are. They know what's needed in the final moments of the final games.
I think that's a good way to say it. When you think about these tournaments, they come in not thinking about 3 games, 5 games. No, they think about 8. They will rotate at moments in the second half. They had the liberty to rotate during the group stage in the third match against Jordan. And if they can just do enough and get through, and that's a perfect night for them.
Is there one more chance coming in the final seconds of this half? Or Argentina content just to get to the break and hydrate and cool off a little bit and go again for the second half? Sure looks like that's the case. And Drew Fisher will bring the first half to a close. The first half that features the 20th goal in the World Cup career of Lionel Messi. Rob Stone on the other side of the break. 45 minutes down, 45 to go here in Miami, where it's Argentina 1, Cape Verde 0.
It's Wednesday afternoon. You've been powering through since morning. Then the clock hits 3. Thirst kicking in. Mood drained. Afternoon tasks somehow harder than they should be. You're looking for something to bring yourself back. Hear that? The reset's already starting. Take a sip. And get the reset you need with a refreshing
Guys, what do you think? Can Cape Verde equalize?
Time for a tea break.
They make it 1-1. I think Messi's going to get one more.
Time now for halftime here at the FIFA World Cup 2026 on iHeartRadio, presented by Fox One. And now a look at today's first half.
After 45 minutes of action in Miami, Argentina lead Cape Verde 1-0 on a goal by, well, guess who? Lionel Messi, as he becomes, I think, the first ever player to score in 8 straight World Cup games dating back to 2022 as well. It's been very much a game of attack and defense here between Argentina and Cape Verde, but just 1-0, so Cape Verde has a chance the second 45 minutes to make things a little bit interesting here. Let's get our first half recap brought to you by the Home Depot. Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 setup. Build it like Beckham from living room to lawn with the Home Depot and take the fast, free delivery assist. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter, subject to availability. Coach, what are your thoughts on the first half? Are you almost disappointed if you're Argentina to just get one goal at this point? And what can Cape Verde do to get back in this game?
When you say
better
that,
job
I
by
think
Cape Verde in that one.
Yeah, right. Cape Verde has played.
Like Argentina got 18 in the
open,
first
right?
one,
They
only
haven't,
11 in that one.
Had they're putting numbers behind the ball, so not too wide open. But the game has gone back and forth. They've had a couple of Argentina's had some good chances. They certainly have possession in more dangerous areas. But if you're room, you're saying, hey, listen, let's stay on task. They did a great job of getting to 0 for the first water break. They kind of took their foot off. That's the problem. They took their foot off the gas for a second. Long ball over the top. Brilliant first touch. Brilliant second touch from Messi, and it's in the back of the net. Danny, you should be congratulated on picking him as your player to watch.
I took a flyer on Messi as my player to watch.
I think you're onto something.
Don't call me a tactical genius for nothing.
So Cape Verde, I thought they have to be pleased, but the jobs they haven't really created any great quality chances yet.
They've punched a few times. It hasn't landed necessarily, but they've broken through a couple of times when Argentina looked a little perplexed at times about if they're going to drop deep Cabo Verde, and they did at times with 5 along the back, 4 in the midfield, 10 yards outside their 18-yard box. But in transition, they were quick to break, and they caused a couple of issues.
They look good on the ball, don't they?
They did when they cross the halfway. They'll go at pace. They'll go with power, and they had a one-shot on goal. But they're going to have a couple more chances in the second half. You just expect they're going to have to put one of those away, obviously, to get back in this game. But for me, I was going to say big time mentality, big time games, big time mentality as players like Messi. And you could see he was just floating on that blind side of the defender, number 3. He dropped his shoulder, went in. He was a couple of yards onside. That brilliant first touch, as Pete mentioned, was fantastic. And also the other side of it is you saw it towards the end of that first half, Messi was leading the press. He was winning the ball in the attacking third of the field. So it's not always just Messi walking around and finding these moments of magic. He's buzzing around. Again, as we mentioned in that pregame, he enjoys these moments. He enjoys being around his teammates and his countrymen, those fans up on their feet, haven't sat down yet, and they've obviously got a big goal to celebrate.
Coach, I'm going to reference you because he almost said your exact quote, which was big-time players
make big-time plays in big-time games. And we have worked with an Englishman who was unfortunately cut from that 66 World Cup team, and it's better when he says it with the accent.
That's true. Well, we'll come back. We'll discuss the second half. How nervous should Argentina feel? Can anything Cape Verde does kind of break out and, make a threat at all on Emiliano Martinez's goal? We'll come back and discuss the keys to the second half. Coming up next here, Argentina lead 1-0 after 45 minutes in the round of 32 in Miami. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Here's something pretty disturbing I discovered while researching this podcast. This is what it actually says on the Los Angeles Police Department website. The site states that the Adult Missing Persons Unit investigates 3,200 cases a month, and 70% of those missing people are found or returned voluntarily within 2 or 3 days. It goes on to explain, and I quote here, since being a missing person is not a crime, police are given a very limited role while conducting these types of investigations. At the bottom of the webpage, it gets more disturbing. There's a section titled, What if they never returned? And here's the official police advice. In such situations, you may want to enlist the services of a private investigator to assist in your search. If you can't afford a PI, the police elaborate, quote, another option would be to contact the Salvation Army, which has a missing persons locator program. There is not a single sentence on the LAPD website that would lead a loved one of a missing person to have any faith that the police would properly investigate it. What the LAPD is basically saying is, if someone you love goes missing, don't overreact. They'll probably turn up unless they don't, in which case you should get someone besides the police to look into it. All this is my way of saying, if the police took missing persons cases as seriously as they do, say, bank robberies, I wouldn't have had to do this podcast in the first place and end up chasing a violent criminal halfway around the country. I'm Neil Strauss, and you can hear the full story of To Live and Die in LA.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Welcome back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I'm Anderson Hurst, joined by Danny Jackson, Pete Fewing. After 45 minutes of action in Miami, Argentina lead Cape Verde 1-0. Second half coming up in just a few minutes, so let's get our keys to that second half. They're brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Danny Jackson, how do Cape Verde get themselves back into this game in the second half?
You have to give them a huge amount of credit. They came out of the gates very well, defended well. They haven't given up too many shots. 4 total shots on goal so far for Argentina. And for me, it's about defending well, still in a 5 and a 4, and then break out quickly. I think if you look at some of the stats, the Argentina have not lost a game in the last 9 World Cup games when they've scored first. So, yes, it's going to be an uphill slog. I think for Argentina, they're going to have to be disciplined and patient. But I think for Cabo Verde, they're going to rely on a strong defensive unit. They're going to rely on springing forward when they can. And this has not been a one-way type of game, one-way traffic at all. Argentina have looked restless at times, have looked a little anxious at times, and I think that's a lot to do with the way that Cabo Verde have been playing on the front foot. Right. They've jumped into tackles, they've won the ball in the middle of the park, and they've sprung forward. The question is, out of those 2 or 3 chances they get in the second half, can they capitalize?
Yeah, Coach, how do you balance, because now you need to kind of go for it, being down 1-0, you can't play for the 0-0 to get to extra time penalties and stuff like that. How do you balance kind of sticking with the structure that has been, as Danny mentioned, relatively successful against Argentina's attack, but then not springing yourself too open in the back?
Yeah, you've just got to be smart. You've got to pick and choose when you go forward. You got to deny entry balls that created that first goal, right? So when you're defending, you have to sometimes even defend further up the field, right? Don't give away any unnecessary fouls. Argentina at 0-0 had a free kick from outside the box. Messi took that, so you don't want to give them anything. But I think you defend. We've seen a few games where early on in the group stage where teams have scored late to tie it up. So I think you kind of keep them composed. And when you do get forward, there's got to be a little more quality, which, I mean, we say that all the time, right? There's got to be a little more quality on the cross and the runs through the box. So I wouldn't panic, right? If you're Cape Verde, I wouldn't panic at this moment. Try to keep it at 0, keep it 1-0. And when you have opportunities, then you go.
What about for Argentina? Are you, I don't want to say satisfied, because obviously you're going to want more than one goal, but by the way you're doing things at this point, or do you need to clean something up or maybe get a little bit more urgency in the attack?
Yeah, they said on the TV broadcast, which is totally right. They don't blow out teams.
Right.
They're disciplined and they're patient in the way that they play. They wait for a little bit of magic from a certain Messi, who scored obviously 7 goals now, leads the goal-scoring charts for this World Cup. But they have players who are going to be rigid in the midfield. They're going to have to keep the ball a little bit quicker. I think if they can play on the outside, you'll see Cabo Verde squeeze inside, play the width of the 18 defensively. There is still that width on the outside they can take better advantage of. The question is, who's going to crash the box? They have 3 midfielders that simply hold. Messi will float around the top of the box, and sometimes it's just Martinez, and we'll see if Alvarez gets an introduction. But I think him spreading the field, using that pace in the channels that Balogun does so well, I think that would benefit in this game.
Yeah, there was a relatively surprising choice to start Almada going into this World Cup, Coach Fewing, rather than Julian Alvarez, just based off of what happened in the last World Cup. Do you see them subbing in more attacking options, even though they're up 1-0?
I would think they would, just to let fresh legs ignite the offense a little bit. And you're talking about somebody who has proven himself. And so you want to keep him engaged. And that's another thing. You don't want to leave him on the bench and have him frustrated. And I think that when you can bring somebody off the bench, we saw it, Mamik from Bosnia, right? He had 2 goals came off the bench. It was very dangerous in the Belgium game. So, yeah, you want to bring in some firepower. But they need one more goal.
And I would say Scaloni's got a winning formula. He's not going to break right now. He's been pretty rigid in the way he plays. He's been very successful. And I think, yes, he might change up somebody in the 60th, 70th minute, sometimes that hydration break. We talked about that being a kicker, of course. Argentina score that goal coming out, that hydration break, and sometimes it's that split second when you play on that on your weak side, on your blind shoulders. Messi did. He'll drop the shoulder, the defender looks one way, you go the other way, and you pick up that ball and you score an amazing goal. So, yes, I think that Argentina will be patient. They'll be disciplined. Winning 2-0 is fine with them.
Yeah.
They move on.
Yeah, they're not looking to, have the top the charts. I don't think Messi's that worried about winning the Golden Boot or anything like that and seeing this as his opportunity to get a lead on Kylian Mbappe or whatever. But second 45 minutes are coming up next between Argentina, Cape Verde. We'll talk to you after the game. Hopefully we'll have maybe a compelling storyline at this point, but we'll kind of find out in the next 45 minutes. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Peter Bogdanovich is a man of many talents.
Peter Bogdanovich burst upon the film world.
Bogdanovich is best known as a director of films like The Last.
Peter Bogdanovich helped change the way movies were made, starting with his first hit in 1971, The Last Picture Show.
Thought you might want to go to the picture show. Yeah, might as well go.
At age 31, he became one of the hottest directors in Hollywood.
All his life he has wanted to make movies, and he did.
His self-confidence. He knew what he wanted to do.
Now, this movie fan is a successful director.
Peter's career was kind of the ultimate triumph of the film critic, film nerd, film buff.
And he liked being in love.
Peter and I.
Guys, last chance for second half score predictions. I'm saying 2-1 Argentina for the finish.
People hated them. A guy has to learn to hate you.
But Peter's success did not last.
I made a lot of mistakes, but we're starting again now.
And just as he was on his way back up,
She fell in love with another man.
The happiest girl in the world.
Dorothy Stratton.
he suffered an unspeakable tragedy.
Playboy magazine's 1980 Playmate of the Year has been found shot to death.
And finally, the phone rings. I answered it. It was Hefner. He said 2 words. Dorothy's dead.
I'm Ben Mankiewicz, your host for The Plot Thickens, a new podcast from Turner Classic Movies. Each season, we'll bring you an in-depth story about the movies and the people who make them. Our first season, I'm still Peter Bogdanovich.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
We now rejoin Fox's live play-by-play coverage of the second half of today's FIFA World Cup 2026 match. Follow all the exclusive World Cup action on iHeartRadio.
They're controlling the game, they're controlling possession, they're getting the ball back really, really quick. And then at some point, they'll just give it to him, and then something will happen.
Exactly. They've played absolutely brilliant. They've controlled the game. And, of course, when you control the game, you have the initiative. You can create the chances. And when you do that, this man here will finish those chances. So we're hoping to see maybe he's going to score again in the second half.
Messi, the first to score 7 or more goals at multiple World Cups, did it 4 years ago, has already done it here in 2026. We'll see you on the post-game show for the second half call once again. John Strong and Stu Holden. Guys.
Rob, think for a moment how many billions of people dream of being a professional soccer player. What percentage of those ever score a goal in a professional game? What percentage of those ever get to say they've scored a goal in a World Cup? That Lionel Messi has scored 20 goals in World Cups. If anything, the problem is the spectacular is becoming somewhat ordinary. It's becoming somewhat routine. We should never lose sight of how remarkable it is that we get to be witness to all of this. Second half is underway. No changes for either side. And Argentina, a little bit of a tent for a moment there. What are you looking for here second half? Because for all that, it's a one-goal game.
Yeah, it is. I think can Cape Verde, from their perspective, be a little bit more dangerous in the transition. They've shown that they have some capabilities to break away. They've got some speed. They have some talented players in the forward part of the field, but yet the execution, that final ball, the final pass, it just hasn't quite been there for them. But as we said, they're in this game within a goal. For Argentina, I think it's going to be to try to find that second goal and just put this game completely away. I would imagine Scaloni's going to use his bench again, as he has done throughout this tournament. He brings some guys on also that are looking to prove a little bit of a point, getting in amongst the goals, feel a part of it. So we'll see at what point they do that, and at what point do they really try to go for it and go for the jugular to finish this game off. But normal service resumed as expected here.
And all the while, you imagine at this point, all the Egypt players and coaches in Dallas are watching this one, having beaten Australia in a penalty shootout earlier, because they await the winner of this game in the next round up in Atlanta. Messi rolls it forward. Almada's come all the way across to the right. Working on Kevin Pina there, who will not let him by. And that ball's going to be out of play for a Cape Verde throw. And if anything, moments like this are interesting because you got a lot of the fans, particularly in the club sections, that are still yet to make their way back out. Fans that are in are slowly getting themselves forward. There's this 5-minute stretch at the beginning of a half before everyone kind of really wakes up and dials in. Can Cape Verde take advantage of a moment? Jovan Cabral trying to hold off Alexis McAllister. Morera's advancing up the right. Morera, long run, curling ball. Will it stay in play? It will. Steven Morera of the Columbus Crew. Another chance to get across into the middle. That's a heavy first touch, though, by DeColta, and it breaks down.
And those are good moments for them. They've had a couple down this right side. Morera's, when he's been able to release for Bubista's team. But yet, as I'm watching him in this play develop, he's got one target in the box against 4 blue and white shirts. So that's the difficult part for them, is when they do, can they really sell out a little bit and go for it?
Sidney Lopez Cabral has that cross block. That'll be a corner, first of the game for either team, actually. Something Bubista emphasized yesterday, the Cape Verde coach. We earned our spot here. We're not here by chance. It's something that Lionel Scaloni echoed. Spain couldn't beat him. Uruguay couldn't beat him. They're going to make it difficult for us. Can they make it difficult in this moment early in the second half? Sidney Lopez Cabral, out-swinging ball. Header comes to the top of the box. Not dealt with fully. Cabral, I took a deflection. That'll be another corner.
That's a poor decision there from Thiago Almada at the top of the box, because he just tries to get a little cute with it to try to play out, and then he just pops it straight to Cabral, who takes the shot. So this comes off a direct turnover. It's a good-looking strike. It takes a little deflection, and it does go out for another corner.
Lopez Cabral, they didn't play a single game for his club team, Benfica, in the spring. He's been a regular starter for Cape Verde here. Out-swinging ball to the back post, and a couple players collide with each other. It's Argentina scramble it away. Ross Duarte able to hold it in. Man down in the box for Cape Verde as Ryan Mendez just takes a swing, and it ends up in the stands. Jovan Cabral, who is down.
I think he potentially collides with his own teammate here. Yeah, the two of them, because he goes flying over Rodrigo de Paul. Oh, boy, yeah, tough landing.
Cabral back to his feet and back in the play is Lautaro Martinez undercutting Pico Lopez there, and a few groans from the Argentina supporters. Scan the QR code on the screen. Vote for your Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. Lionel Messi, the goal so far. Vozinha, a pair of saves. Cape Verde, the smallest nation ever to play in a knockout stage game at the World Cup. But keep in mind, they're not here because of the format expansion. They were the runner-up in the group. They qualified out of the group ahead of Uruguay. They topped their qualifying group in Africa ahead of Cameroon, who've been to more World Cups than any African nation and have a population about 50 times as big. Cape Verde are not here just because the World Cup got bigger and gave more spots to other people. As Bubista said, they earned their opportunity, and they've competed at a high level here at this tournament. What can they do against the defending champions who have won 10 consecutive matches, an all-time Argentina record? Awkward there as Lautaro Martinez was trying to make a move with that one. Kevin Pina stepped in. By the way, Argentina had been playing games since July of 1902. That this is their all-time longest winning streak. And for the first time this evening, the skies have fully cleared above us here in Miami. Cabral trying to angle it in for DeCosta. That was easy work by Christian Romero. Or a touch by DePaul to find Lautaro Martinez. DePaul will check his run to keep it. As we said in the first half, this is an Argentina team that have become experts at doing enough. Not expending more energy than they have to move on to the next round. Messi, long run, far side of Lautaro Martinez, going to bring it out clean low. Just couldn't quite play the hop. That, in fact, was Molina making the run all the way on the far side.
Well, Messi had dropped really deep to get his first touch of the half, and putting his full passing ability on display with that ball. I think Molina was trying to judge the flight of it because it had come a long way. I thought it was going to be a turnover. It is going to be a foul indeed on Herrera. Amato's, again, one of these new players in Argentina's lineup. It's so many of the same faces from 4 years ago. Amato played just the one game at the last World Cup. He was an injury replacement. He was at the dentist when he was told that he was getting on an airplane in a matter of hours to come to Qatar. That's one to watch. A lot of times we see for Argentina, as the tournament evolves and goes deeper, the lineup changes, maybe one or two players. And I think even in opportunities, maybe like this match, you're going to see some guys that make some subs that might have a chance to come on and press. I wouldn't say that. Steven Moreira, third chance in the game to get a cross in, and again, DeCosta breaks down. Follow up effort on the deck, and Martinez, bit of a late reaction there. Down to his left to deny Dero Duarte. Yeah, I think you're right about this late reaction, because I think he sees it late. There's a lot of bodies, as you'll see here, that as this ball comes in, he's maybe anticipating he's going to take the slightest deflection off Romero, and is able to get it back and just make a save, his first of the night. And he hasn't really had to make too many saves throughout this tournament. That's the sign of a really good goalkeeper. A guy that has just been an ever-present since the Copa America back in, what was that, 25 years ago. 5 years ago, so 21, yeah. He just got in the nets and said, this is my shirt. And we've talked about this so many times, but they're not World Cup champions without that save he makes in the very last second of that game against France 4 years ago. So what happens if there's not a COVID outbreak in the Argentina camp in June 2021? Is history any different? Because that was how he got his first shot. He was a career backup for his club. He was a non-factor for his country into his late 20s. But Emiliano Martinez has now on multiple occasions been named the best goalkeeper in the world. Here's Thiago Almada. DePaul, going to roll it in for Alexis McAllister. Messi, DePaul, still Rodrigo DePaul, and it finally broke down, though clearance only as far as Messi. Until Fernandez hands it off. Medina returns it. Fernandez able to keep it, rides the challenge inside. DePaul, Messi, Pico Lopez defending. Again, they're struggling to clear Cape Verde. Still, they're struggling to clear Cape Verde. Is Vozinha going to try to dance his way around Messi? He thought about it. He gets it clear in the end. Yeah, he thought about it, wanted to chop it back, and then he thought, oh, this is a bad idea. The third one is, not the one to do it on. No, I love the tape the guy showed at halftime. Mikel pulled together that tape about just the way they press, and you listen to them. We talked about it in the first half. They have a commitment to defending as a team and as a unit. No matter the situation, no matter the time in the game, they know when to go, they know when to not, but they recognize that, look, when that ball turns over, we got to win it back as a team.
He intercepted that kind of reckless ball out by Emiliano Martinez, just played it into nowhere. Paul couldn't come in from behind to take the ball. Jovan Cabral has it now. Nico Lopez, the Irish-born defender of Cape Verde in descent, playing up to Steven Moreira. He left the ball behind him. Drew Fisher's not going to say it's a foul. So Medina went down. Still Cape Verde in possession. Nico Lopez again not on the same page with Nuno da Costa.
And this was Vozinho. He saw his cutbacks. I think he was thinking about there. Can I take it back? Maybe chop him. And there's a little exchange of the two of them after that. This is another look at that save from Emiliano Martinez. Yeah, didn't really take a deflection, but you saw his... It's not that he didn't see it. I think he was just waiting. Do I have to anticipate maybe for a touch here from Romero? And then once it finally came through, he was able to get down to make that save to his left. And
maybe that's the experience there, right?
Yeah,
of just not committing.
The best goalkeepers in the best teams, and we've got one of them in our studio, Peter Schmeichel. It's still your ability when you're not having to do a lot throughout a game to then make that one save when you have to. He's done that so many times throughout his career for Argentina.
Amada tackled away by Dine Borges. That's going to be a foul there as Laros Duarte kind of back inside, and he got chopped down. Cape Verde preparing to go to their bench in a moment. Romero there that committed the foul. Gianni Infantino in attendance once again. President of FIFA, interviewed by Jenny Taft. Was that yesterday in LA? He's all over the place. In Argentina, just hunt the ball back and win it. Messi, nice little clip from DePaul. Wrong side of Lautaro Martinez. Evan Pina. Nuno da Costa. It's a good touch to get it wide for Moreira. The Duarte brothers there playing in the middle. Wide it goes to Sidney Lopez Cabral. Working on DePaul. Into the middle, Laros Duarte got it away under some pressure. Couldn't find a teammate. And Medina just gets rid of it. Pico Lopez wins it back. Keeps it away from Lautaro Martinez. Steven Moreira carrying forward, hands it off wide. Ryan Mendez nutmegs the pass in, tight angle, it's a goal! Cape Verde scored!
Wow, Cape Verde! Gotta be kidding me!
Sends a shockwave across the globe. Cape Verde have tied the game against
Equalizer!
Argentina.
My God! I called it. I said they were gonna equalize. And then Messi was going to score the leading goal to make it 2-1.
Do not underestimate Cape Verde. They've grown into this second half. Argentina haven't put them away. It's been a one-goal game. It's a little nutmeg. In fact, it's a double nutmeg. Starts with the pass through the legs of Medina. Then Duarte finds it, sees a little space, has a tight angle. Martinez thinks that part is covered, and you see it skip over his right foot. But he just drifted into the box unmarked. Martinez comes over a little bit late, tries to shut it down, but opens the gap. And Duarte finds it. And it's got a nation in tears. And tears of happiness and joy as they have tied the reigning World Cup champions Argentina. 1-1, 60th minute. Here we go.
Double substitution coming from Argentina. They were already planning for it.
I was just going to say that. They were planning for this sub before that goal went in. I think recognizing that the level, it wasn't quite as intense They won it, but they were not in trouble until they were. So this got really interesting, my friend.
They're going to hold the subs. Cape Verde were preparing a double switch. Jordan scored against Argentina, but they only got it to 2-1. Deroy Duarte, the younger of the two brothers, just shy of his birthday, born and raised in the Netherlands. His first career international goal comes in the World Cup knockout stages against the champions Argentina. Messi picks up the loose ball, dumped off at them by Dine Borges. Enzo Fernandez. It's Nico Gonzalez and Julian Alvarez who'll be coming on in a moment. Cape Verde with their two subs in the wings as well. De Paul sends it across. Medina heads it right back in the mixer. And then Pina doing just enough to get it clear.
And a double sub coming in response as well from Cape Verde. So this is a move for both teams where Cape Verde want to keep the energy levels high as well, because you've got to still continue to press and work and dig in. But it's a different game state from them now, from chasing the game to almost back to how we started the game, where they're right back in this.
Oh, great touch, Lautaro Martinez, Lionel Messi, save, Bozinho, rebound, cleared behind.
And my tag on that was going to be, you're back in it until you're not. Because Messi right there is through on goal, and you're thinking, here we go, it's 2-1. And on his right foot, I was about to say weaker right foot, but he scored plenty with his right. He just hits it right at Bozinho. Made a good job not to commit early, not to give away too much of the goal. But that little slip pass opened up that Cape Verde defense, and Bozinho comes up with the biggest save of his life.
That was Lautaro Martinez's last action, the layoff there for Messi. He's replaced by Julian Alvarez. Thiago Almada will be replaced by Nico Gonzalez. What the roar for Nico Gonzalez coming on. Cape Verde will hold their subs as they defend the first corner of the game from Argentina. Lionel Messi swings it in, and Bozinho knocked it down, but is able to control.
That look was one of disbelief there, wasn't it, from the Argentine fan?
There's an old saying, though, if you're going to strike the king, it's best to kill him.
Yes.
Because have you wounded Argentina, or have you just made them mad? How does the rest of this go becomes really fascinating. And we're a couple of minutes away from this second half hydration break as well. Dine Borges, that pops off Alvarez's head. Deroy Duarte, the goal scorer, got to be careful. Does really well to steer that up to midfield. Jovan Cabral dumped off at Alexis McAllister. Drew Fisher's been letting him go all game today, both ways. McAllister out to Molina. McAllister in for Messi. Messi across, seeing eyeball for Nico Gonzalez. Trying to get to the byline there. Steven Moreira knew that was coming. That's a good tackle on the outside by Ryan Mendez, just to pause the attack. Lisandro Martinez has the assist in the Argentina goal. Medina. De Paul. Back for Alexis McAllister. McAllister will clip that up. Nico Gonzalez down off the chest. Couldn't steer it in there for Enzo Fernandez. He's in intense conversation right now with one of his assistants and just urging calm to his team just there. Lionel Scaloni all by himself at the edge of his technical area, looking on to see how his team reacts. They said they hadn't really faced any real adversity at this World Cup. Here you go. this. Cape Verde doing all they can to just block all of those passing lanes.
The danger is, though, for Cape Verde, you don't want to just end up too low. And by that, you mean too close to your goal.
Trying to sneak in behind, down off the chest, and the flying scissor kick there from Enzo Fernandez. It was Nico Gonzalez, the initial one.
That's the way they scored that first goal, was using this ball from their center backs to find a penetrating run from a wide player. Gonzalez just into the game, found a nice spot, laid it off back. And now Cape Verde are going to make their 2 subs.
Nuno da Costa got the start after coming off the bench in the group stage, replaced by the man he replaced in the lineup, John Livramento. And Jamiro Montero, the former Philadelphia Union and San Jose Earthquakes player, on for Laros Duarte, the older of the two brothers. Livramento just couldn't quite climb the ladder to get his first touch. We would expect to see the hydration break at probably the next stoppage of play.
These hydration breaks, especially the second half ones in particular, because when a game's tight like this, become really important moments for these coaches to make the little tweaks and changes they want to. When you put new personnel in, it gives you a chance.
Here's Messi. Julian Alvarez made the first tackle to keep that in. Messi's just dragged to the ground there by Kevin Pina, who's going to get a yellow card.
Now, this is a distance again. It's further away. You heard Peter Schmeichel at halftime saying this isn't Messi's distance anymore. Well, Peter, you're up to his right. He might have a chance here to prove you're wrong. It is a little further out, meaning you need a lot more power to beat a goalkeeper from this area. And it has been a while since Messi has scored from a free kick from this distance. But it does maybe give you a chance. You also have Julian Alvarez, who's fantastic and takes them for Atletico Madrid. So we'll see what happens here, but most people walk away when it's Messi over it.
Rodrigo de Paul, he's going to hang around. 3 saves for Vozinha, including the one-on-one stop on Messi a few minutes ago. Might well be the final action before the hydration break in the second half. It is Lionel Messi blocked by the wall. Montero is sprinting to try to get on the end of that bouncing ball. Now he needs to do something with it, and he's crowded off it. This was just comfortable control from Argentina until it wasn't. Now you're talking 20 minutes plus away from the potential of extra time. That was what we said. The danger of the do just enough is you let teams hang around. Just a few little dark blue bursts there, including the one that led to the goal. Over the top, a little bit too far for Enzo Fernandez. And is trying to steer it in. Julian Alvarez stuck in from behind to take the ball back. Gonzalez there, wrong side of Messi.
There's a renewed intensity, though, to the way in which Argentina are approaching it. They recognize there's, as much as they had been in control, they were in control until all of a sudden the tying goal comes. You don't want extra time. You don't want to play any more minutes than you have to.
Pablo Zabaleta on the video board trying to get the Argentina fans to make some noise. To the byline it goes for Enzo Fernandez. Trying to reset Julian Alvarez. Montero the pressure to force them back. Comes across to Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul will clip it up. Messi trying to sneak in behind. It's an importantly wide header there, although it's won right back by De Paul. He couldn't get that to a teammate. It's won back, though, once again by Argentina. Cape Verde is trying to survive until the break. If the next stoppage of play, they got to get there. Gonzalez. 12 minutes since Cape Verde's tying goal. Wide it comes to Nico Gonzalez. Medina slides it into the middle. Alvarez picks it up, lays it off for Lionel Messi, and he's going to be fouled in what is for sure his shooting territory from a free kick.
I was watching Messi in that sequence. He was being marked by Cabral, man marking him, so following him wherever he wanted to go. And Messi just dragged him 30 yards from the goal. Didn't get involved in the play until he smelled that. And he comes running in, trying to take it first time, and beats Cabral to it, and then gets fouled by Duarte. But just such an IQ there. And if it leads to the goal, that was all just, again, a feel for the game to create space and moving players out of space. And now here comes the chance. This is definitely Messi range.
I mean, does that open the door for Julian Alvarez if Vozinha's so focused on Messi?
It could, and we saw this with Portugal, in fact, with Cristiano Ronaldo, where he stood over it, and then Nuno Mendes smashed it from here. We talked a lot about the technique required from this range, Malik Tillman range.
And interestingly, on the Tillman one, they didn't lay a player down.
This time they are, and that was something Brad Guzan pointed out as well. When you have somebody under, you take away the chance for a player to try to hit it.
And it's taken quickly. Vozinha pumps it away. No one was paying attention except for Vozinha. Messi tried to catch him. Fourth save for the Cape Verdean goalkeeper. It's out for a corner.
Wow. And Vozinha was over trying to fix some part of the wall. The player that was lying behind the wall. And Messi had already heard the whistle. He knew he could take it. It's a great recovery from Vozinha.
It's De Paul to take the second corner kick of the night for Argentina. Outswinging ball from him, headed knocked sideways and bounces all the way through.
So just watch this as Vozinha, gets caught as we're going to go into the hydration break. But look right now, he's setting his wall. Messi had the whistle, so he goes to take it. And it's far post, and Vozinha saw him with the run-up. Gets his fingertips to it to deny Messi. Wow.
Hydration break in Miami. If you know anyone not watching, take the chance to call or text him now. Argentina 1, Cape Verde 1.
Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 viewing experience. Build it like Beckham from the living room to the lawn with the Home Depot. Create a box seating experience with flowers for pops of color surrounding your pitch, the smell of grilled favorites, and a freshly painted fence sporting your team's colors. Fast free delivery is your home field advantage with charcoal, string lights, or whatever the game calls for right to your door. A clean assist. Build it like Beckham for match day. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter. Subject to availability.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house is chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' toys are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
An upper corner shot just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick. Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
They're using the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like...
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
Great scenes here in Miami as we get set to open up the July 4th weekend. Vozinha being honored with that fourth save of the night on the Messi free kick. You saw Drew Fisher talking with Vozinha about it. Drew Fisher also has been exchanging words from a long distance with Rodrigo De Paul during the hydration break. 15 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and notably,
Argentina's out on the field, ready to go.
Normally it's the opposite.
Yes.
Normally they're the ones taking time in the locker room. They didn't mess around with the hydration break. Mark Clattenburg, real quick, What's the protocol there on the whistle and the taking of the free kick? Had that got in, would Cape Verde have had an argument that maybe the goal shouldn't have been allowed?
Technically, no. The goalkeeper should have been ready when the referee blows his whistle, but the referee always wants to avoid controversy, and that would have been a controversial moment. And I think the referee could have looked up, seen the goalkeeper wasn't 100% ready, and maybe delayed it. But technically, he was right to start the game, and the goalkeeper said fault for not being set ready for the free kick.
And luckily for Vozinha, and perhaps luckily for Drew Fisher a little bit, they didn't have to deal with that moment. It's a Cape Verde goal kick. It's 14 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It's a third Cape Verdean substitution in the wings. Not yet on. Willie Semedo, who had won a starting spot during qualifying and then lost the starting spot at this tournament for Deroy Duarte, the scorer of Cape Verde's goal. That's Jamiro Montero winning a foul. Free kick for Cape Verde. We've gone from can we just hang around to can we win this thing?
And they're attacking the goal where their fans have two separate pockets on the lower and upper part. They're outnumbered. What would you say, 95%?
It's a metaphor for the population of these two countries.
It is. And they would love nothing more than to find a way here from this set piece. This feels too far away to take a shot, but the way they're lining this up and setting it, they might try to hit a ball and get it to knuckle and spin a little bit to test Emiliano Martinez. They've got a lot of bodies up to maybe try and work something, but he's lining up for a direct strike here.
It's not that much further away from where Pina scored in this building on the other end against Uruguay. The wall broke apart. Kevin Pina mishit it. You can kind of tell right off the foot that wasn't hit clean.
And it's a low percentage from that distance, especially against Emiliano Martinez. But hey, why not?
Lionel Scaloni on his 100th game in charge of Argentina. 9 losses in the prior 99. The second man in Argentina's history to have this long a tenure as the coach of the team. They've been through this before multiple times the last World Cup. At Copa America here in the United States 2 years ago. But they were scoreless with Colombia in the final here in Miami, and Messi goes off hurt. None of this has been easy or straightforward. They've had to work for it. And down on Livramento, they're battling with Lisandro Martinez. Drew Fisher, as he's done all game, is letting him play. Steven Moreira first to the loose ball. All right, Mendes trying to keep it. Julian Alvarez takes it away. It's getting physical too, and that was Enzo Fernandez caught with a late tackle. Kevin Pina is already on a yellow card. He was shown a yellow card in the 68th minute. And Drew Fisher, we know as a referee, likes to keep his cool, likes to keep things under control. Is there an argument for a second yellow there?
No, I would say that's okay, but that's a last warning that you saw there. If he makes another foul anywhere close to that, he's going to be off. That would be something I'm thinking about right now, Van Bubista. I know he's a key player, but you can't have a guy in a yellow card like that.
Nico Gonzalez is going to get to that ball. He is into the middle, bouncing ball towards De Paul, and that was Lopez Cabral to head it away. Cape Verde have 2 subs up and ready. They're going to bring off Ryan Mendes for Willie Semedo. And Helio Varela, who scored the second goal against Uruguay, taking advantage of a turnover, he's going to come on to replace Jovan Cabral. So that's a new front line, but Kevin Pina, who's sort of their anchor in midfield, sitting on that yellow card.
They're going to trust him. Got one more sub, Cape Verde.
Argentina, as you can see on your screen, have 3 available substitutions if Lionel Scaloni wants to use them. It's an errant pass there. Moreira intercepts. Almost won back by Enzo Fernandez. Semedo's first touch since coming on is cut off by Medina. $64,500 the announced attendance, 95% of whom in Argentina shirts trying to figure out what's going on right now. Rolled into Julian Alvarez, found a pocket of space, finds Messi, they back off. Messi now trying to walk it in, roll to the far side, cut in Fred, and it's almost an own goal. Pico Lopez had a mini moment of panic there. It's a good clearance in the end out for a corner.
It's a terrific clearance. He has to make it. There's a player right behind him with a chance to just tap this ball home. Julian Alvarez was on an offside position, but he left it.
Taken short, De Paul hooks it in, back post, knocked backwards, cleared away. Last man back, Noel Molina, just lumps it forward, Julian Alvarez. Tackle away and then misplayed by Enzo Fernandez, and more groans in Miami. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
But just watch how close this is and look at the decision he has to make. As the ball goes wide, you've got Fernandez waiting to tap this ball home. And instead, Vozinha misses it. And now you've got to make the clearance. Outstretched left foot. And that is inches wide. Enzo Fernandez smacking the post. He thought he had the winning goal. Lopez celebrates with Vozinha, and still they are tied. Excellent clearance.
Here's Messi. Leandro Paredes preparing to enter for Argentina. They're rushing out to try to cause a turnover. It's clipped over the top, trying to run in behind is Nico Gonzalez. Vozinha's there.
That's really good defending, team defending, where they're in their shape, and then when they feel and sense a moment, that's where you can see the unity. They come out, they press. Jamiro Montero doing a good job starting that press, put Medina under pressure, ball goes back, and they've won the ball. I just think that Argentina can be a little bit quicker, a little bit more dynamic in some of their forward play. There's been some good running off the ball from Julian Alvarez. Nice little combination play around the box for Messi. But other than that, it's at a pace that makes it fairly comfortable, though, for Cape Verde just to rotate and shift across to get pressure on the ball.
Is it a lack of urgency from Argentina?
I don't know if it's a lack of urgency as opposed to just in the final third needing to be taking a few more risks and chances. There's Messi.
From De Paul, for De Paul, out now for Nico Gonzalez, in front, stabbed away.
So that's a good example of a sequence where De Paul's driving with the ball, and it makes things happen. It just opens up the space, the little combination play, and that's brought this crowd back. I mean, they've been here, but they started to ratchet it up as well as Argentina's going to make another sub.
That was De Paul's last action. Leandro Paredes is on. A few days after his 32nd birthday. Messi, ensuing corner. Outswinger, that was a good look in front there. That was Nico Gonzalez. There's shouts from the fans for handball. The players themselves aren't really getting too active, and Gonzalez is limping behind the play. And then awkward there, just falling on the ball, and it's a handball free kick for Cape Verde.
And now a couple bodies that Medina's down hurt. He's smacking the ground. We've got bodies everywhere. Tired legs, frustration. A quick sub now is being pulled together for Lionel Scaloni.
Yeah, Medina's on the far side behind the play, and he went down after the play was over. Nico Gonzalez with his hands on his knees right now. And he's moving gingerly. And this has gone from bothersome to, not panic necessarily, but this is getting dicey for Argentina. They've got Taliafico up. And this is Argentina's last window for substitution. So if they're going to do one, they might as well make two. They might need to.
And Medina was trying to make his way over. I think they were going to restart play. Then he went down. So now they are going to do that sub.
Medina will make way for the experienced veteran and former starting left back, Nicola Taliafico.
And that was the foul that was called, where Fernandez went down with what then he was getting stretched off, potentially for some cramp. We don't know, but then he went down. He's still stretching himself out off the ball right now. Grabbed the ball, it was a handball, and that was the free kick that now has Cape Verde in possession.
As Cabral trying to get that one in. It's interesting. I mean, Argentina's been based in Kansas City. There's certainly plenty of experience in this type of weather, but they did play each of their last 2 games indoors in Dallas. And while it was warm in Kansas City, it wasn't this for that opener that we were at against Algeria. It's a dangerous deflection there, but it was an offside flag anyway.
Look, we came into this game and we talked about, could they make the impossible possible? Could they do the unthinkable? And all trying to make a case, but saying, look, this is maybe a mountain too high for Cape Verde to climb. Largest disparity between FIFA-ranked opponents in a knockout match in the history of the FIFA World Cup, and yet here we are, 1-1, 87th minute of this game.
Messi shrugs inside. Lopez Cabral gets to the byline, hooks it in. Diving header by Dine Borges. Alexis McAllister holds it in, but puts it over. He's saying there was a deflection. Drew Fisher does now agree it is going to be a corner for Argentina.
Yep, you can see the touch as McAllister went to strike that ball. It's going to lead to a corner on the far side. Keep in mind the last couple corners for Argentina. They've gotten ahead on it. It hasn't resulted in a goal. Even the players at the back post stay alive, and if you're marking a guy, don't necessarily focus just on that first touch, as Drew Fisher is going to stop this one. It's the first touch and the second touch. People have a tendency to react.
Fosinha aggressively off his line. The one thing Messi's never done, score an Olympico from a corner. That one's hooked in. Fosinha didn't get there. Paredes' first touch to come out and get it. Last man back. Molina, he'll just clip it in the box.
Might stay in.
Good hard running there. Nico Gonzalez to come get the ball. Back in for Julian Alvarez. Califico. Alvarez turns it inside. Messi's going to reach out to grab it. Messi walking in on Varela. Wants it back on the left. Rolls the pass in from McAllister, and they couldn't make the connection. I mean, if you're Argentina, do you want anything to do with extra time here? Is there an urgency to try to get this now and not let it wait for another 30 minutes?
Of course, but it's easier said than done against this defense. Full marks to Cape Verde. The way they have a commitment. Look, they cut off the numbers centrally. They rotate very quickly to get advantages wide. But look where the body's in the concentration, where Argentina want to get the ball. That's why Messi's drifting wide to find that space.
Sidney Lopez Cabral defending him. Messi able to bring it inside. Messi hooks it in. McAllister was challenging. Pico Lopez clears away. There's an argument for handball. Armando Villarreal of the United States, the video assistant referee. He's having a look at the replay in Dallas right now.
And when Messi drifts wide like this, he recognizes, if I can draw some defenders out and create space, puts the ball into a great ball. Oh, yeah. This
Pico
is,
Lopez.
Yeah, look, the hand gets extended here. But it comes off his face first. So that hand contact could be
Could this
incidental.
be a PK for Messi?
First like that, I could say, okay, yeah.
Take Argentina this round of 16.
You've had the same looks we have. What do you think?
Yeah, when I've looked at it in slow motion, once McAllister heads the ball, he actually heads it onto the defender's head, and it comes from his head down onto his arm. Is his arm that outstretched? I don't think he makes his body bigger, but it definitely comes off his head first, and the law change that happened last year is if it comes off a part of your body onto your arm, it's not a handball.
Yeah, agreed. The first one, it looked like only the hand, and the second one, you saw clearly it hit his head first and into his hand, so that is a non-penalty.
Ooh. 90th minute, Paredes clips it up. Fosinha there to get it. 4 saves. Remember that big save Fosinha made on Messi right after the goal that Cape Verde had scored? Remember the save Fosinha made of Messi taking the quick free kick? Later in this second half, it's one back high up the field. Let's see how much stoppage time is coming. At least 3 for the hydration break. 8 in total. 8 added minutes still to go here in Miami. 8 minutes for Argentina to turn this into a cute story, but another thing that they trundle over on their way to try to defend their World Cup title. 8 minutes for Cape Verde to continue to pull off the impossible. Messi, backdoor, Gonzalez knocks it down. Awkwardly dealt with there, not dealt with, in fact. Argentina have it back in the box. It comes wide to Enzo Fernandez. Back to Leandro Paredes. Into the middle, Julian Alvarez. Alvarez looking for space to do something. Cuts it in. It's blocked by Pina. Pina trying to combine there. It's given right back to Argentina. Fans roar in Miami. One minute gone of the 8. Paredes. McAllister. Messi with 3 for company. Will go wide to the far side to Molina. Molina working on Varela, forced back in.
And they're not a huge crossing team, but I think now's the time for some crosses.
Or Paredes just lets it go. It's right at Vozinha, his 5th save.
And then a little juggle of the ball after. Cool customer, Vozinha. Strike comes from distance. Paredes trying to bend it around. He sees it pretty comfortably. I wonder if we'll see it on this. This was the previous one, the potential handball. Yeah, heads it down into it. The contact first from the head, as you heard Mark Clattenburg explain, and he knows the rule too.
And Vozinha took all the time he could until he picked the ball up, and he's taken all the time he can until he gets rid of it. It's one back by Jamiro Montero. Dumped off the ball there with Semedo. It's poked away by Jamiro Montero. McAllister under some pressure. Livermento's going to pressure now. 6 minutes to go. Extra time as it stands between Argentina and Cape Verde in the round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. Messi gave Argentina the lead in the 29th minute. Lead that lasted for half an hour until Deroy Duarte scored to tie it up. Wide to Molina. Molina deflected cross in. Back post. Bounces all the way through. Willie Semedo now trying to shepherd it out. Gets it clear in the end, at least partially. Right back in. Enzo Fernandez. Alexis McAllister. Lionel Messi. That's Duarte, the goal scorer. Who chops him down. Here comes a Messi free kick in second half stoppage time.
He wins the free kick by himself. Gets the ball. Chops through a couple defenders. You can see it clearly. There's no touch on the ball. Makes a foul on Messi. And he takes a little contact on the knee of the opponent. And here we are. 94
He's got
minutes.
this.
The stage is
This is
set
the moment.
for Lionel Messi once again in front of one of the great free kick takers of all time.
No problem.
And owner of Inter Miami, where Messi plays, David Beckham in Miami. Up steps Lionel Messi.
3 years ago, a couple miles up the road, Messi in this same situation buried a free kick on his debut for Inter Miami. This has become his home ever since. He has an opportunity right now to provide yet another highlight reel moment in the greatest highlight reel moment career we've perhaps ever seen. And Vozinha leading the charge for the Cinderellas from Cape Verde, trying to keep him out. 95th minute. Lionel Messi. Messi goes low. Vozinha pops it in the air. Job not done. He's going to make the second save. Vozinha's down. Foul whistled in there as Lopez Cabral took a knock.
Oh, it takes a little deflection on the way through. Watch this. And still Vozinha has to react, and that's why he kind of just pops it up. Messi didn't really get all of that. I think he was trying to maybe take the chance that Bozinho was going to go the wall side and anticipate him going over the wall, but still yet he had to react off that little touch. Terrific save again.
His 7th save, as many as he made against Spain 3 weeks ago in Atlanta. We were there, the scoreless draw with the European champions, and just as on that night as this night, what odds would you have given for this scoreline in this moment of the game? And now it's a free kick for Cape Verde with 2 minutes and change to play.
They're bringing a lot of bodies up here. They look like they want to take this one short and try to work it wide, but they're going to set it up, hit it towards that back post, try to put some pressure on this back line.
Sidney Lopez Cabral will hook it in deep to the back post. No one there in a dark blue shirt. Clearance only as far as Elio Varela. Steven Moreira now for Jamiro Montero. Now to Cape Verde, just trying to survive the next 2 minutes and get to extra time.
Or did they go and win it?
Lionel Scaloni urging his players to step their pressure up a little bit. Willie Semedo tackled off the ball. Livramento comes to get it at first. Semedo beaten to the second ball. Throw in for Cape Verde. Just over a minute to go before extra time. Pico Lopez. Jamiro Montero. Egypt watching just as stunned as the rest of us right now as they await the winner. And a big one coming forward by Varela there. Varela's going to get it down in the corner. Paredes defending. Elio Ferreira, and he's fouled. No, he's not, says Drew Fisher. Clean tackle. 30 seconds for Argentina. Clipped into the middle. One back by Dine Borges in front of Messi. Trying to play it wide. And then a pretty clear foul, that one by Willie Semedo. Argentina will carry forward. Last chance for them before extra time. If they decide to take it, or they just need to catch their breath and regroup. Lisandro Martinez has the assist on the Messi goal tonight. Wide it comes Nico Gonzalez. Last chance of normal time. Taliafico, no, that's the end. As stunning as it was in Atlanta, it is stunning here tonight. We will play extra time between Argentina and Cape Verde in the first knockout round of the FIFA World Cup. 30 minutes still to play when we return.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house is chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
An upper corner shot just deflected by the goalie. It's a corner kick. Wow! Incredible!
Beautiful shot!
No, that fan earned 2% cash rewards buying Pulisic merch.
They're using the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo, which scores unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Scoring 2% more. Wonder what that's like.
Oh, it's like...
Score off the field with the Active Cash Visa credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of FIFA World Cup 26.
Impressive.
The all-new 2026 RAV4 GR Sport with a stylish design. Toyota RAV4 is not responsible if your coworker suddenly needs a new car after seeing your RAV4 GR Sport, or if you receive excessive compliments. Style this powerful turn heads and corners, you're responsible. The 2026 RAV4 is serious fun.
they did it versus Spain. They are now doing it versus Argentina in the knockout stages. The Cinderella of this 2026 FIFA World Cup will not go away. Even after a Lionel Messi 1-0 goal to give Argentina, the defending world champions, the FIFA #1 ranked team, the lead, Cape Verde comes back with a goal of their own to tie things up 1-1 in the 59th minute. And we are now going to extra time, something I did not expect to say. Anderson Hurst, Danny Jackson, Pete Fewing with you. React to what's been going on.
You have to give Cape Verde a ton of credit. They believed in their unit. They believed in their game plan. It was to defend tight, width of the 18-yard box, block of 5, 4, and then 1. And then can they spring an attack here and there? We talked about they might get 2 or 3 chances in that second half. They have to execute on one, and Duarte does execute. It's a really good finish.
Yep.
We talked about some of the defensive play of Martinez. Could he have stepped a little bit earlier and maybe closed off the space and recognized that danger, but he didn't. But I think Argentina now, Pete, will settle into the game. They have 30 minutes in which to find this goal. They don't feel necessary now the burden of 2, 3, 4 minutes to find a goal at the end of that 90. They're going to have to be methodical. They're going to have to be disciplined and patient, and hopefully trust some of their big-time players turn up.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and I think they know that as well. We've seen it with a couple other teams, Brazil with Japan, same thing. They know that they're good, right? And I would imagine for Cape Verde that they have expended a lot of emotional energy coming into this game, and so they will be a little bit more tired, I would say, than the Argentinian team, just because it's such a high to get to play against Messi and the defending champs. So I would say that for Argentina, just stay on task. It will come. The patience is the key.
For nothing else, they might be more mentally tired as much as physically
that's
tired.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, just because they've had to really just give everything just to get to this moment.
Well, I think it's muscle memory at times. For the Cape Verde players, for many of them, this is the first time they've been in any type of environment like this, any type of pressure. It is sapping physically and mentally. And you also play the game in your mind before you even start the game. So the night before you're thinking about it, you're emotionally drained in some extent. But right now it's adrenaline that's keeping them going. The question is, if Argentina were able to nick a goal, especially early in this 30, what is the response from Cape Verde at that point?
But I would say Cape Verde is playing with less pressure, with more freedom. Argentina's now like, okay, we're in extra time in a game we should never have been to extra time.
They're playing for the legacy of Messi in some ways a little bit. I mean, it won't get tarnished, but this would be a little kind of, comment underneath his legacy.
Yeah, and Cape Verde has to feel great about what they've done so far, right? So they can walk out in the second half and be confident they cannot make any mistakes. That's they'll get punished for that. But what a great first 90 minutes plus stoppage.
Yeah.
See how we do in the 30.
Let's get back to the game in the extra time between Argentina and Cape Verde. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Back to play-by-play action.
What happens now? And what do you expect?
Yeah, I was going to say,
or is that the point you don't know?
Expected and what's going to happen? When Argentina goes up 1-0, Messi scores, you think, okay, well, we've seen this movie before. That was fun. Cape Verde, you made us fall in love with you. Well, here they are in extra time, very much so in the game, have limited Argentina to very few clear attacking opportunities. And now is it, okay, what version of Argentina are we going to see? The one that says enough of this and finish you off, or does this game end up in penalty kicks, or can Cape Verde snatch it? That's what we're going to find out.
McAllister, their immediate pressure, slid forward by Lisandro Martinez, but they couldn't connect. That's been the criticism of Argentina, is the opponents that they have played have been, in a word, poor. Since the end of World Cup qualifying, a series of friendlies against teams that averaged 91st in FIFA's rankings. They were supposed to play Spain in March in Qatar. War breaks out in the Middle East. It turns into sort of political nonsense and posturing. The game ends up canceled. And so now into this steps Bobista, the reigning African Coach of the Year in Cape Verde, to say we're not going to be afraid. We're not just going to back down. We're going to try to trade some punches with you. And they have. And so now what does Argentina do for the first time in a long while, dealing with true challenge and adversity? Well, Molina, early cross, late run in, and a misplay clearance by Pico Lopez will gift Argentina a corner.
And let's also say 7 of Argentina's last 13 matches in the World Cup knockouts have gone to extra time. So they're no stranger. They're not panicking. But there is a sense of urgency. There is a feel, especially in a game like this. You do not want to chance this in penalty kicks. You want to finish this in extra time. We haven't seen a lot of goals in extra time in this tournament.
Or really in any tournaments. It's pretty rare anymore that teams score in extra time. Messi, 6th corner of the night. McAllister got a flicked into a good spot. It's still going to be in there. Lisandro Martinez chance to fire. He scores! Lisandro Martinez, his first career World Cup assist to player. His first
Argentina 2-1.
And Argentina take the lead in extra time.
There it is. It wasn't Messi. McAllister on the corner.
Well, we got our answer. Argentina go for the kill right at the start of extra time. And one of the concerns
Still
always
some
on
time
set
left.
pieces is
I
the
just don't think
second
they'll
ball.
equalize.
Everybody gets attracted to the near post when this ball gets flicked over. But there's some bodies crashing. And I don't know if it's Martinez's man that goes down. He's not the man that gets involved. Martinez comes late. So he drifts around the post. So there's going to be an argument whether he's involved in the play, though, or not. Not Martinez, but Tagliafico. Because as that ball is flicked on, once it gets to Martinez, is there enough there that takes him out of the play? Does he directly interfere with the play is going to be the question. The finish is not the point. That's a terrific finish. Top shelf. Finds the near post on Vozinha. And this is still being held right now to try to determine. It's hard. I want to see this in real time. I think when you slow it down, you see a little bit of contact. Does he affect his ability to play that ball? That is the question that's being asked right now.
Mark Clattenburg, what's your answer to that question?
This would be very harsh if it's disallowed, because both players are jumping, both land together, and it is a coming together, but it's a natural coming together. And for me, a goal should be awarded.
And the same for Drew Fisher and Armando Villarreal. And it takes Argentina 1 minute 57
Yeah, that's a
seconds of
goal.
extra time to go back in front.
No contact, no nothing. Straight goal.
However loud it feels to you watching us on your television, it's louder here in Miami. Lisandro Martinez tore his ACL last year, said he considered retirement. It was the birth of his daughter that made him change his mind, and isn't that a good thing for Argentina? And after not playing all of last year and really for a year and a half, he has a goal and an assist tonight. It's Christian Romero who's down in the middle of the field. Cape Verde don't have to stop the play so he can get looked at. He's going to get up and get back in it. Deroy Duarte scored Cape Verde's goal earlier. Hands it off wide. Elio Varela cutting in. Forced backwards by McAllister, who got the assist on that goal. Varela once more. Hands it off. Sidney Lopez Cabral. Deflected by McAllister. Cape Verde corner. Sidney Lopez Cabral, out swinger, comes backwards, we'll do it again. There's Nico Gonzalez. Into the near post, bouncing through, knocked out. Pico Lopez was trying to backheel. It will be a third successive corner for Cape Verde.
Borges is down as some contact came within that sequence there. They've put some Good balls into the box so far. Yeah, I don't see... Oh, yeah, it's a knee at the end of that from Enzo Fernandez. Catches him as he's falling down. Nothing that would have been a foul.
This one is played back into Varela. Into the middle of the field. Steven Morero is trying just to kind of curl that and place it. And he got charged down. And now Kevin Pina under pressure. Is it knocked away? Julian Alvarez keeps it in play. Varela trying to recover. Morero trying to recover. Alvarez doesn't have much support right now. Smartly recycles it. Cape Verde trailed for 30 minutes before tying it up in the second half. They do not have that much time right now. Can Argentina avoid making the same mistake as they made in normal time and not let Cape Verde hang around and, in fact, put this game to bed with another goal? Nico Gonzalez, Julian Alvarez, Lionel Messi, Julian Alvarez, Lionel Messi blocks, still in. Alvarez threw his body in. Recovery shot is blocked by Lopez Cabral out for a corner.
Well, it's been a party, an Argentine party since the goal. They're willing their team forward to see if they can find one more potentially to finish this off. And the combination play around the box, the one-touch passing, just exquisite. I think that one was maybe going wide, and then Alvarez trying to hook that one back. Now, this was that play that we're talking about was Tagliafico offside, and you can see pretty clearly he was onside on that flick that it came at the near post. And I agree with Mark Clattenburg. He did not interfere with play in the way that that was a foul for me in any way. Still, what a great finish. Second international goal for Lisandro Martinez.
Messi off the corner into the near post. McAllister close to a bouncing ball blocked. That was Enzo Fernandez. Cape Verde are going to use their two remaining available substitutions here. Yannick Semedo, no relation to Willie, who's on the field. And Gilson Benchimol will both come on. Roy Duarte created global headlines in the 59th minute of this game with a tying goal, the first of his international career. His night ends. And Kevin Pina will come off as well, as he's been sitting on a yellow card. They're trying to pressure on Cristiano Romero.
Great ball.
Pick a great spot in. Enzo Fernandez on the run. Gonna go wide. It's behind Julian Alvarez and breaks down there. Yannick Semedo's first touch to get it clear. Is there a chance to run? This is Varela. And Alexis McAllister, good hard running, tracking back to break it up. Cape Verde have shown heart all night. They've shown heart to get here. Can they do it again? Inside now, Jamiro Montero going to cross that in for Livramento. A little bit awkward bounce, but Juliano Martinez is there.
And just for context of what's ahead for Boubistas Cape Verde, before that goal from Martinez, we'd only had one goal in the knockouts in extra time. And that was Tielemans at the last minute against Senegal, the penalty. So we hadn't seen many. A lot of these games that go into penalties, and that's what they would have been playing for. But now they've got to find a way, once again, to try to level this, as difficult as it is going to be.
Cape Verde are out of subs. Argentina have two available. They get an extra sub, as did Cape Verde, because we're in extra time. Yannick Semedo, Jamiro Montero. Steven Moreira. We're less than 5 minutes away from halftime of extra time. There's any number of ways you can slice this. Population, FIFA ranking, World Cup history. Cinderella gets inside of one, draws contact. Nothing, says Drew Fisher, out for a goal kick. It is remarkable that they are in this position, that they are pushing the world champions as much as they are. This is the difference right now.
Yeah, hangs out at the back post, waits, smells it, gets the first touch to set himself up. That first touch is so good. Now look like he gets it in front of his body just enough to be able to run on and hit it with full power. That's a striker's finish from your center back.
Both goals for Argentina, near post, roof of the net, pretty much the same spot on the field.
But you saw the precision even on the strike. It's over the top of all the defenders as well, giving them a haircut with that type of power and bend on it too.
Gonzalo Montiel is up and ready to come on for Argentina. Elio Varela carrying forward. Sidney Lopez Cabral to the outside. Back in for Montero. Alex Semedo trying to reset quickly and trying to catch Argentina napping. McAllister can't make the play. Lopez Cabral! It's incredible! It's remarkable! It's almost unbelievable! It's Cape Verde for a second time tonight, tying the game!
I love this game, man. I just love it. What you think is going to happen doesn't always happen. The underdog rises again against all odds. Argentina scored. The game's over, right? Not so fast.
You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, the bend on this from our perspective, it was just perfect. You see it all the way. That's a goal that dreams are made of.
Well,
And that is a dream realized right there. Cabral calls his own number, cuts it onto the right foot, and just picks out the top corner. Are you kidding me? Drew Fisher's trying to get the game on. The Cape Verdean fans are celebrating. They can't believe it. I'm not sure he can believe it. Have a day. Cuts inside. When the ball comes back to him, you're going to see everybody's converging now centrally. He's got his hand up, says, give me the ball. Has one thing in his mind, takes it on the right foot. He has so much to do from there. Oh my gosh. What a finish. Top corner, 2-2. Game on.
What on earth is going on? And you're right, we're sitting right behind the main game camera. We could see that happening in the tenths of seconds before it happened. They're going to argue for a handball there. It's not going to be given. Whole Argentina bench is up shouting right now. Final seconds of the first half of extra time. Livramento skips away, and then Varela gives up the chase.
They're gonna hold this, I believe. Although, did Drew Fisher just wave that away, or is he saying, no, I saw it, I'm clearing it?
3 minutes of added time.
But you're right. The whole Argentine bench is up, and Drew Fisher saying, no, let's play. No handball. No.
Hit him in the leg.
Yeah, didn't hit his hand. But I thought for a second when I saw that hand up and he was jumping backwards, but no, it was headed down, didn't hit him. Oh.
I mean, we keep throwing up the stat about their population. One of the things Cape Verde, like so many small countries, have done is dip into their diaspora, find people that left for economic opportunities, job opportunities in decades past, find their children, their grandchildren. Sidney Lopez Cabral, like the first goal scorer, born and raised in the Netherlands. It's a chance for Argentina. It's going to fall for Messi. Saved! Vozinha, follow-up block by the goal scorer, Lopez Cabral. 8 saves, Vozinha. And now Cape Verde carrying forward Jamiro Montero. 2 minutes to play in the first half of extra time. Wide it goes to Steven Moreira of the Columbus Crew. Willie Semedo has it now. Argentina led for 30 minutes across halftime. They led for about 11 minutes here in extra time. It's going to be clipped in and too far for Livramento by Yannick Semedo. Gonzalo Montiel did sneak on, by the way, after the goal. He was subbed on for Nahuel Molina.
You asked me in our pregame hit, how did Cape Verde get this done tonight? I said, you know, in the biggest game of their lives, they have to have a perfect game. They have to have the best game of their lives. They are having the best game of their lives. I can guarantee Cabral has not scored a better goal than that in his life. And here they are, toe to toe with the reigning World Cup champions. 15 minutes left. Maybe penalty kicks. I don't even want to try to predict what's going to happen next.
Argentina had allowed 2 goals total in their 10 consecutive wins coming into tonight. That they have allowed 2 goals on the night to Cape Verde. Messi tackled off it, but it bounces to Montiel. His return is too far in front of Messi.
We haven't said Messi's name in 10-15 minutes. Scaloni was asked about that pregame, too. He said, how much was he going to play today? He said, I don't know how the game's going to go. I don't know how Leo's going to feel.
You're not taking him off.
You're not taking him off.
No chance. No. Montero's down. Drew Fisher says it's not a foul.
It was more to say, when we talk about him the least is when you end up talking about him the most, where he is just needing one more chance. He had one more chance, and Vozinha saved it just a minute ago. Look at this. My goodness. As soon as it leaves his foot, he knows it. Oh, it's perfect. Truly perfect. That's top corner.
That is the end of the first half of extra time. We're going to catch our breath for a moment and give Rebecca Lowe and company back in Los Angeles an opportunity to make sense of any of what we're seeing. Halftime and extra time in Miami. Rebecca, it's all yours.
I'm not going to make any more predictions.
Thank you very much.
But this could be an incredible upset.
Cabral was playing in the German 3rd Division. He is just equal.
I think Argentina can get him in
iHeart
PKs.
is America's #1 podcast network. Open the free iHeart app and explore podcasts like this.
Every hunter knows that the wilderness is full of surprises. Sometimes what you find out there isn't an elk or a bear, it's something darker.
It never made sense what law enforcement was saying to us. How could she have just gone down there and accidentally died? How could there have been no marks on her?
All theories are out there, you know, everything from murder to UFOs to Bigfoot.
This season on Blood Trails, we're following the trail of 7 cases that start in the field and end in the shadows, where missing persons reports, half-buried evidence, and whispered suspicions blur the line between hunting story and homicide.
I just instantly started freaking out, yelling to the world, what's going on? I yelled help. I mean, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I had no idea what was going on.
From the frozen woods of Maine to the mountains of Montana, from an archery opener gone wrong in Wisconsin to a father's last walk through the Minnesota deer woods. Each story begins with a hunter stepping into the wild, but not all of them come back.
You know, you just got an empty feeling. What do you say? He's not here with us. You know, it was awful.
I'm Jordan Sillers. Join me as we track the truth through tangled cover and cold case files, where every trail tells a story, and every story leaves its own trail of blood. Blood Trails.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
Blood Trails, guys. 2-2. Second half of sudden death coming up.
The way they've approached this entire game has been so impressive. I don't expect them to just try to grind this out, but they're going to have to grind it out. I think that's the reality. But this is a fearless team. Their best chance of winning at this point is probably getting to penalties, because you're not going to open yourself up and really say, we're going to attack Argentina. But you're going to continue to play the way you have, with structure, good commitment. They're not backing down. If they get their chance to go, they're going to go. But I love it. I love it. How can you not love this? This is This is amazing.
To think there were some poor people out there who held up Cape Verde as an example of the watering down of the World Cup and the overexpansion. The two biggest blowout losers in the knockout round have been European teams so far. And now what do Argentina do? What's their approach? Because they, as you said, they came out, they scored 2 minutes into the first half. And yet twice now they've been pegged back. Do they have a sense of urgency, or do they need to be careful?
I do think if you're Argentina, you want to finish this in extra time, because penalties just become something a little bit different. And it's a different type of skill set. Yes, even for this team. It's not like Argentina have won every single shootout they're in. They have a great goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, but things can happen. And I think they are the more superior team, although they are tying right now. But they would back themselves 100 out of 100 on the field in the run of play. Versus on penalties, that margin gets a little bit closer.
And just disbelief all over the place. Asking for divine intervention in some of those boxes. This is not at all what they thought they were coming to see here tonight. It's exactly what Cape Verde had dreamed they were showing up for tonight here in Miami. Julian Alvarez able to turn to the space. As Nico Gonzalez out to his left. What can Messi do? Can he be the difference maker as he has been so many times? Jamiro Montero coming in from behind. Fouls Alexis McAllister. Messi just with a little look up there to see if there was an option to go quick and short. And they'll set the ball now.
Set pieces have been an issue, though, for Cape Verde. They've been under a lot of pressure in these moments, and that was what the goal came from the last time. The way Argentina attacked the ball, and including the delivery of Lionel Messi. So these are problematic areas for them where you have to make sure you stay with your man and commit to it.
Messi hooks it into the traffic. It's knocked down and then cleared away. And these stands were bouncing earlier. These fans just look kind of terrified right now on these shots. It's the Cape Verdean fans to our right making most of the noise. And here they come for more. Ferreira trying to play it for Montero. Bounces wide to Benchimol. He's working on Montiel. Back in for Yannick Semedo. And Semedo, why not? But he pulls it well wide. Minutes away from a penalty shootout. It's an Argentina team that has had penalty shootout victories in each of the 3 tournaments that they've won, back to back to back. 2 Copa America titles, sandwiching the World Cup in Qatar. What a ball that is to fizzle along for Nicola Tagliafico. Tagliafico trying to cut it back inside for Enzo Fernandez, is able to keep it. Fernandez edge of the box, poked away from behind Jamiro Montero. Both teams are out of subs. Who you see on the field is who you get the rest of the way in a potential penalty shootout. Julian Alvarez. Able to steer wide to Tagliafico. And even though Argentina made 5 subs, they've used all their available windows. There's an offside flag in that sequence that ends the possession.
Yeah, right there. Tagliafico's left foot. And it's not like you see a clear difference physically from these two teams right now. If anything, you see that it's Argentina who look a little bit leggy, and the ball movement, players cramping. When Cape Verde have the possession, they fly down the other end of the field. They're just flying on adrenaline purely.
Well, least upset as that was whistled for a foul. Pretty clear shove, it looked like, from Willie Semedo. And now the fans coming back to life here in Miami. Nico Gonzalez. Trying to drive it in between the defenders. Nico Gonzalez tackled away at the last moment by Dine Borges, out for a corner.
Great slashing run here from Gonzalez. He sees a gap, he bursts through it, slaloms around one, and of course in those moments you're worried from Cape Verde, you don't want to make a foul, and instead that late tackle comes over. The outswinging ball, make sure if you're Cape Verde, the back post, the second run.
Messi, outswinger, good area, it's a goal! Argentina retake the lead! Romero to lead the celebrations!
They've had an advantage on set pieces all night long. Second goal came through it, and this one does too. Messi puts it in a great area, and Romero, whether it took a little touch before it gets to him, no, he gets it. Even comes off the hand of the defender and takes it into that back post, past the outstretched arm of Vozinha. He just finds a spot, gets a great leap, heads it down. It would have been interesting had it gone in potentially without the touch. I think the touch takes it in to that back post there. Argentina on the ropes. And have they delivered the knockout blow now? There's still time for Cape Verde. But what a header from Cuti Romero.
It's his first goal in over 2 years. It is still his goal in the official scoring. It is Lionel Messi's 9th career World Cup assist, tying a record held by West German Fritz Walter since the 1950s. It is the third time tonight Argentina have taken the lead. Can Cape Verde for a third time tonight tie the game? Or can Argentina finally close this thing down and move on to the next round? McAllister played that short. He tackles it away. Good hunt running on the far side. Julian Alvarez to win the ball back. And Shamira Montero saw that coming, got in front of Messi.
I mean, to continue the boxing reference, it's like the heavyweight fighters delivered what he thought's 3 knockout punches. You got a guy that's down on the ground. Well, you quite literally do now with
Nico Gonzalez is down. Argentina's out of subs.
But every time you think the fight's over, this opponent comes back. Cape Verde's not done. 7 minutes plus whatever stoppage we've got.
Gonzalez trying to rejoin the play. Sidney Lopez Cabral scored an extra time already. Hands it back to Montero. Willie Semedo on the far side. McAllister defending. Semedo cuts it in. It's blocked. Montiel got his body in the way. Lopez Cabral recovers the loose ball. Jamiro Montero. Little look up. Fists it along. Steven Moreira couldn't get there in time. And now Alexis McAllister's gone down.
Everywhere. A lot of the Argentine players appear to be cramping, where they go down, they're getting stretched off. Calves are tightening up. As we said, it was hot and muggy. Not as hot as it has been. But all that matters is he was able to have enough on this leap. Zonal marking from Cape Verde. So Romero's arriving with the ability to create momentum, to get a good leap on that ball, to head it. Here's the view from the ref cam. Nobody on the posts. And it just nestled into that far corner. The dejection there from Moreira, and just the celebration and elation from Argentina.
One of the things we said that was different about Argentina in this recent era is, yes, Messi scored a ton of goals, but they're getting plays from other guys. Both center backs have scored goals tonight. But the outside back is giving away a foul, as Montiel was a bit late there with an outstretched leg. It's Varela who goes down. It's Montiel who gets a yellow card.
And it's the goal scorer who's going over to take this, Sidney Lopez Cabral, from the same part of the field, just the opposite side of the field, where he just hit the shot of his life. Can lightning strike twice? Because this is an angle where you could potentially shoot directly on target. This gives you a great sense of what he's looking at. Because Argentina is going to have players around the 6-yard box. It's not a lot of space between the defense and the attacking players in Emiliano Martinez. So important just to put this in an area where stuff can happen. But these are ones where you almost try to shoot it towards the back post, and maybe it takes a touch, some type of deflection, or it goes directly in.
Lopez Cabral saved Emiliano Martinez.
Oh, he thought he'd done it again. He hits a beauty. And he's shooting this. And it's at a nice height. Martinez has to get the fingertips up to that. What a save. And Sidney Lopez Cabral hit that so hard, he's cramping, and he's down after the play.
You've got an Argentine player down 2 with a head injury. He's blocked from our view, but Drew Fisher's calling over the training staff.
And he took a step in, too, so then he had to go back and up to save it. Big time save.
Just the second save all game for Emiliano Martinez. We've got 4 minutes to play plus stoppage time. We might well have a lot of stoppage time. It was Tagliafico who was down. He's on his feet now. Dibu, Emiliano Martinez's nickname getting sung here in Miami. And Drew Fisher still wants the medical staff to come out, it looks like, and look at Tagliafico. And why there's been such a delay in that happening is not entirely clear, although maybe it's Argentina trying to say if we don't come out, we don't have to go down a man here.
Yeah, he was on the near side of your picture there. I don't know if he took contact to the face, and
well, they're also
got some
changing a
blood
jersey
potentially on his jersey, so he has to switch it out. And they're just gonna make sure.
So it looks like they're gonna have to defend this corner a man light. Drew Fisher's holding it for now. This is with these new rules about do players have to sit out if it's a head injury, they don't. There's a lot of arguing going on all over the field. Tagliafico's allowed out. Cape Verde's not happy. Yannick Semedo to take corner kick number 6 of the night. We've lost the better part of 2 minutes for that.
And the rest.
Into the near post, out from the near post. CJ Dos Santos, the American-born backup goalkeeper for Cape Verde, who used to be Messi's teammate here in Miami, was quick to recover the ball so Cape Verde can get it back into play. Throw in. It's knocked wide. It's not fully cleared. Morera's going to get there. Morera trying to escape. He has. Morera clipping the cross. In header right in front. Martinez got a piece of it in front of Benjamin. Decision is a corner kick.
Well, Morera wins it back. Benjamin can't believe he's not getting a toe on this. He lays out for it, and so does Emiliano Martinez. Wait till you see this replay, how close this was on the second ball. And my belief is that he was onside, too, by the way he timed his run on the second ball. They're pushing.
Here it comes again. Under as far as Yannick Semedo, hook back in. It's a chance. Livramento missed it. He was offside, at least according to the call on the field. Dylan Livramento.
I think he was offside, and he's glad to be offside after this one. Yeah, he's offside. Middle bottom of your screen, bottom right, is Argentina doing a good job stepping out there. This was that last chance. Watch Benjamin. He lays out, anticipates, just misses it with his right foot. Great header off the first one. The concentration, it's an inch away, and I think he's distracted by Martinez coming out. And just the presence of Dibu Martinez makes himself big. What a chance.
They have changed the scoring of the go-ahead Argentina goal. It is a Dine Borges' own goal in the opinion of the statisticians, and the contact with his arm.
Yeah. I don't love that being
the direction.
Because I think it's even hard to say that what they're saying there is that ball, the header from Romero, was going wide. And so that the touch of the hand made it go in. But
It's academic at this point.
I think the attacking player should always get the goal.
We will play 3 added minutes here at the end of the second half of extra time. Cape Verde chasing for a third tying goal of the night here in Miami. Trying to force a penalty shootout. It comes in. It's a deflected block shot. It's going to be a corner for Cape Verde. And man down.
Yeah, well, I think he's laying it all on the line here. The way he blocks this shot.
Lisandro Martinez, goal and an assist tonight. And he needs an extra moment.
Yeah, well, it's understandable when you see where this one hits him. Boy.
There's a Croatian defender still in Toronto tonight that feels sympathy. A little kiss of the ball for luck.
That young fan's not going to know where they were in this moment, but they're going to be told about it for many years. Can Cape Verde do it again?
Yannick Semedo whips that one in. Jamiro Montero brings it down and it's stabbed away. Cape Verde have 2 remaining minutes. Argentina trying to see it out. It's a great header, one on the far side. Run to daylight now for Argentina. No, it's a cross in for Julian Alvarez. And Vociña's going to carry out 8 saves for him tonight. Man down behind, multiple men down behind the play for both teams.
Cape Verde's pouring forward. Argentina 3 men light defensively right now. They're in the attacking half.
90 seconds to go. Willie Semedo trying to walk it in. He's going to get space for the cross. He fires it. It's a deflected ball. It bounces back to the top of the box. It's going to be settled. It's going to be shot wide. It's a goal kick.
Oh, it feels like it's easy to say it's the wrong decision now, but with Argentina still 3 men light, they had a couple bodies the far side of the field, just a little bit of a blood rush there, and decided to shoot. Cholo Simeone can barely stop moving.
He's a man who's high strung in the best of times.
On the sideline, yeah, as opposed to being up. The great coach from Atletico Madrid, former international for Argentina, son's on the team.
Is there another chance coming for Cape Verde? Can Argentina exhaust the final 60 seconds? Messi chases the ball down. And he's going to play it forward and try to do just that. Nico Gonzalez now battling in the corner. Can't keep it cleanly. It's played long into the middle. It's missed there by the first man up, Lisandro Martinez, who's struggling physically. Christian Romero denied a winning goal by the statistician, just lumps it forward, and here we go. 123rd minute of the game. Final chance for Cape Verde to do it again, and Argentina forces shootout. Tagliafico wins the first header. Moreira controls the bouncing ball, at least for a moment. It's swept in behind. This is going to be a Cape Verde throw for the final play of the game in Miami. It's quickly back into play. Willie Semedo now.
Send it home, Jerome.
Livramento trying to find space for a cross. It's popped straight in the air. It's another throw. No, it's not. It's over.
It's over. Argentina's going to advance.
The history of the World Cup. Argentina survive.
What a game. And there you have it. Argentina on to the round of 16, guys. I got to get ready for the next game. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone for watching.
All 104 matches live and get